going on, y'all? All right. Good morning, everybody that's in here. Welcome back to another daily facts and stats show, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We are pretty straightforward today. Hopefully, everybody had a great night's sleep. Hopefully, everybody woke up on time today. And I just want to say I appreciate the ones that being here bright and early, especially the ones that being here within the first 10 minutes. That means you looking forward to the show, you anticipated the show, and or you made time to pop in. Same thing. For the show pretty early. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. We'll be talking about the NBA today. One of the few more remaining times from an NBA perspective, at least for the next couple of weeks, as March Madness. I can't wait. Like, I can just wish I could just wake up and it's Thursday already. As March Madness is about to be here sooner rather than later, so pretty straightforward day. And then I'll be spending time probably even making some more shirts or playing some 2K games before my game tonight. With that being said, though, if you on YouTube, go ahead and take your shoes off at the door for me. What does that mean? That means go ahead and hit the thumbs up button on this video. That helps the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across facts and stats. Even if you're watching the show back today and you hear me saying that, still hit that thumbs up button because that still can help as well. For anybody that's scrolling on YouTube and come across facts and stats and be willing to chime into the show, be willing to watch the show back and or continue to watch the show right now. Join the stage, join the Discord, different things like that. So just make sure you all hit the thumbs up button on this video. Also, you can send super chats and or super thanks. All extended support would be greatly appreciated. All extended support would be greatly appreciated. My goodness, greatly appreciated. Then also on top of that, feel free to become a member as well. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. You all can gift a sub, become a sub, whatever the case may be. If you have Amazon Prime, I will advise you to sub through Amazon Prime, as you get one free subscription per month. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you can just sub the regular way through Twitch. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube as well. Last but certainly not least, before we get into the show today, if you want, that's it, if you want. Yeah, last but certainly not least, new Facts and Stats shirts are behind me. About 10 to 20 plus shirts, with more coming soon as well. I'm going to have an all black with white lettering. There's like a line between the F and S. If you are interested, please feel free to reach out to me. Also white with black lettering, just a simple F and S on the front. If you're interested in that shirt, feel free to DM me on the Facts and Stats page just DM me on the Facts and Stats page. If you're interested, just DM me on the Facts and Stats page, or if you have my number, just feel free to send me a text. All sizes, feel free to reach out. This is my spring and maybe summer design too. I'll probably just rock out with this design right here. There's another one, but I don't know how I feel about it for real. So just want to say thank y'all for the support in that aspect as well. Just thank y'all for all the support in regards to Facts and Stats over the last 4 years. I enjoyed the watch party yesterday, man. I was in Discord. I pulled up the Discord yesterday, man. I made the most out of that Lakers and Rockets game for whatever it was worth. Or I tried to make the most out of that Lakers and Rockets game. And we got what we got. So today is just a pretty straightforward show. Let me check my notes real quick. Not 3 hours, y'all. Not 4 hours. Not 5. Just being real. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I know I'm going to do the week. Okay. Reminder, guys, if you are in here before we get started with the show, I hate when they do that. Or just like, before we get started with the show today, make sure you all join the Facts and Stats Bracket Challenge. The winner will get a free Facts and Stats shirt. We have 27 members in here so far. I had a goal just to get to 50. Remember, the winner will get a free Facts and Stats shirt of this actual design right here behind me. And you can choose the color. Whatever color you want, I'll get it for you. Make sure you all join the Facts and Stats Men's Bracket Challenge. Excuse me. I will greatly appreciate that. Make sure you all join the Facts and Stats Men's bracket challenge. With that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the show today. I'm planning it this way for a reason, so it's literally just gonna be NBA today. Not adding no NFL, not adding no college basketball. I just want to keep it straight NBA with recapping the games from last night. So when tomorrow comes and Thursday comes, I can shift the show to college basketball. When we actually have two playing games tonight. Let me just flash it on the screen real quick, since I'm not gonna be talking about it today. We have two playing games tonight. For two first four games, pretty much. The winner will advance to the March Madness tournament and play in the actual, be one of the round 64 teams. So keep that in mind as well, guys. So I think Texas and NC State winner plays BYU, I want to say. And I can't remember UMBC and versus Howard game on top of my head right now. So this first game starts at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time, so obviously I'll be tuned into that. The next game starts at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Obviously I'll be tuned into that. I will be prioritizing college basketball over the next couple of weeks over the NBA, because that's what's going to be driving everything right now. That's what the whole sports world and everybody's going to be talking about. That's what everybody in here should be watching anyway, point blank period. Even if you're not even a college basketball fan, you don't watch it from November, December, January on down. This is the time to watch it. Can't stress it enough. So I'm going to keep today solely an NBA day. And then, I wonder if tomorrow's power rankings. Let me see something. I forgot I kicked myself out. I wonder if tomorrow's power rank. Tomorrow might be March 3rd. Ooh, February 19th. So, recap these two games. Power rankings. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so power rankings tomorrow. So we get a little bit of NBA with the power rankings stuff tomorrow. Alright, cool. So today and tomorrow, like the last couple of days, where at least NBA will be here from a Monday. I mean, like a trade just happened. Was it big? Wow. We knew that was going to happen. They wanted that to happen at the deadline. Wow. Oh, shit. They about to be nasty. Alright, yeah, I have to speak on this real quick. Wow. Wow. They about to be nasty. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I ain't about to lie. They about to be nasty, bro. They wanted the trade to happen at the deadline last year, or they were trying their hardest to get him last year at the deadline. As soon as they didn't get him at the deadline, we knew the talks was going to pick back up in the off season. Now, obviously, right now is the off season, and we have Jaylen Waddle, star wide receiver, heading to Denver to pair up with Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix, and everything that they're trying to do over there. Wow, this is a great trade, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of the move. The Denver Broncos is a team, in my opinion, that should have went to the Super Bowl last year. Obviously, Bo Nix got hurt late in that game. He was not able to play in the Patriots game. But now having another legit, keyword legit, wide receiver that's not, with all due respect to Troy Franklin, with all due respect to everybody else that was in that room outside of Cortland Sutton, you get a guy like Jaylen Waddle, who you can use all over the field, who has the speed that can take you over the top or can take a slant 60 yards, 70 yards, whatever the case may be, on top of a guy like that's an actual X in Cortland Sutton. And either one of those guys can be the one and or be the two. I think Waddle is better than Sutton in my opinion. But yeah, man, I mean, that's a great ass trade for the Denver Broncos. I did not expect that to happen, but I think all the AFC teams so far this year is going out and making big time plays and big time moves when needed. Like literally every single, when you think of the top teams, quote unquote, or who you think should be the top teams in the AFC, they all been making moves. Like literally, the Bills made an array of moves. The Bills traded for their own quote unquote low end star wide receiver in themselves and DJ Moore. Added Bradley Chubb and added more to that team. The Chiefs added the best free agent running back in Kenneth Walker. The Ravens added their biggest need in the last couple of years, a star pass rusher in Trey Henderson. And who was the other team? The Broncos, obviously Waddle. And Chiefs, Bills, Ravens. Am I missing a team? Broncos. And then just to round it off, even the Patriots added Romeo Doubs. Just right now at the moment, they're still calling around with A.J. Brown. They said if the Patriots and the A.J. Brown trades happens, it'll be after the post-cap deadline or something like that, the post-cap destination or something like that, June 1st. So be on the lookout for that. But all the teams in AFC are making the moves to get better, like the quote unquote good to elite team, quote unquote, because I know the Ravens are not an elite football team, and they haven't shown that. But they are viewed to be one of the better teams in the conference. So that's why I listed the Ravens, Chiefs, Broncos, and Bills all being aggressors. To be honest, like that's damn. These niggas added Jaylen Waddle. Congrats Bills fans. I mean Broncos fans. Where I clap at? Let me clap for y'all real quick. I can't wait to see what they traded for him. That's the last thing I wait on. I can't wait to see what they traded for him. I don't know what it is, and if y'all do know what it is, please type it in the chat immediately. As soon as you see it, please type it in the chat immediately what the Broncos gave up to add a guy like Jaylen Waddle to bolster the wide receiver room and also to bolster their chances when it comes to getting to the AFC Championship game again and or ultimately get into the Super Bowl. So, hey, it is what it is. Miami set a first, third, and a fourth. Damn. Oh, it's the 30th pick. Y'all got the 30th pick. Okay. Shit. Oh, y'all got a fourth back. Okay. So a first and a third. A first and a third, pretty much. Okay, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I'm always team, nigga, fuck the picks, nigga. Like, if you got a guy that's going to help your team immediately and also be viewed as a quote unquote, or could be a star wide receiver, a low end star wide receiver in this league, or been a really good two in this league. If Tyreek Hill wasn't there, his numbers would have been even better throughout early on in his career. Man, you go do it. Like, Jaylen Waddle makes the Broncos offense way better. This offense got stagnant and still in a lot of games, but also in a lot of games as well. The offense picked up at the right time and allowed them to have comeback victories over teams like the Eagles and many other teams. So, yeah, there's late picks. So, and plus the first is late, bro. It is what it is, man. Go get you a guy that you know is gonna help your team while you're in this window right now with the defense you have. Although they lost Greenlaw and maybe I think someone on the defensive line as well, or about to. What the defense you have, or the defense you're building, and with the offense you have, and with the offense you're building with Bo Nix, you go do it, man. Shout out to the Broncos. I don't give a damn about that first round pick. Same way I didn't give a damn about the first round pick when it came to the Max Crosby trade. I didn't give a damn. Go get you a guy where you know you need immediate help at. And needed immediate help out of the wide receiver position. They went out and did that. So shout out. D Money, Aaron, Swipa, whoever else is a Broncos fan inside of fact, Nana, whoever else is a Broncos fan inside of fact and stats, congratulate Wes. Congratulations, and hopefully he brings everything that y'all need to Denver from Miami. So I'll leave it at that. As long as guys keep their 27 first, I'm cool with it. Yeah, I heard that draft even better than this draft. Low key feel bad for Malik. He got nobody now. The Dolphins don't give a damn, bro. The Dolphins want to tank. I promise you. This is all telling us the Dolphins want to tank. The Dolphins done traded Fitzpatrick. They let Tyreek Hill go. Traded Jaylen Waddle. Bradley Chubb out the door. Bro, they don't give a damn. Like, they looking at this draft class. They looking at these wide receivers. Looking at these quarterbacks. They don't give two fucks. Like, they don't give two fucks. So, yeah. Go ahead and stock up on the draft picks while you can. Trade whoever you can. Release whoever you can. Whatever the case may be. They are prioritized 2027 NBA draft. That's the NBA NFL draft, which will be loaded with quarterbacks and wide receivers. Man, I can't wait to see where Jeremiah go and many others, bro. I swear I can't. But last thing again, congrats to the Broncos. 2 games today, guys. Oh wait, I'm sorry. 2 games today. So today just surely NBA me going on a slate. Talking about the game that I watched and looking at some trends around the league, like the Hawks rolling the Spurs like 18-2 over their last 20, different things like that. And then tomorrow's show, we're gonna be hitting the power ranking, talking about these 2 games here, all promoting the bracket again. And then we may predict the AP teams tomorrow. Check my notes. Yeah, we may predict the first and second AP teams tomorrow, or after the power ranking, just to add some NBA talk to it as well. we'll bring up the playoff series that you want to see. Cause I know Larry want me to do that. But it's like, I be trying to think of things that's going to drive combo. I don't know if that's going to drive combo. So we'll have this slate. We'll have the power rankings. We'll have the first four games today to talk about. Me promoting the bracket again, and then also the first four games tomorrow, and then we are done. It is official. One more time, y'all, while more people potentially came in here, make sure you all join the Facts and Stats March Madness bracket, guys. It is free to join. You get a free Facts and Stats shirt if you come in first place, that you can wear it to the cookout if you choose to do so. The 4th annual Facts and Stats cookout is June 13th. I can't wait. The 4th annual Facts and Stats cookout is June 14th. I'm actually June 13th. My bad. I can't wait. I did see Waddle got traded. I just spoke on it for like 5 minutes. Andrew, what's good, bro? Alright, guys, that is that. Let me go ahead and take it over. And I think I gotta make a run real quick. Let me go ahead and take it over to the NBA. Nah, you good, bro? John. Snap. I gotta make a run. But nobody on the stage. I need like 2-3 minutes. But it's cool. Let me hold it down real quick. Alright, last night across the NBA, first and foremost, let me read some top headlines. See if we got some top headlines to lose. KD blamed the Lakers loss on him. I mean, pretty much. And I watched the 2 clips from his press conference. He said, I'm the offense. Shout out to Steve Kerr. Kerr won his 600th game. He's the 4th fastest among coaches. Hawks fan rep Magic City despite Knicks promo. That is interesting. And what else? And now we already spoke about the NBA expansion thing yesterday. So that is that. Now with me diving into this slate, guys. Andrew, yeah, I know. He made this, he made that. You know the funny thing about the Rockets fans bringing up the Ime so much, which rightfully so. You know, as far as the offensive structure and system and things like that. Bruh, some of them KD turnovers wasn't even on Ime. Like, it legit wasn't even Ime. Like, that's the thing I don't even understand. Like, I hear y'all about the double at halftime and make guys be in position to be open or whatever they keep. Some of them wasn't even on Ime. I'm about to say, yeah, something like KD, like, that's so weird to me. It's like he be shitting his pants or something. The Atlanta Hawks, ding, 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 ding. They were one of my winners. Did I go perfect last night? Hold on. I did. Wait. Did a nigga clean the board last night? I had the Hawks. I had the Warriors. I had the Blazers. I had the Celtics. I had the Bulls. I had the Lakers. I had the Spurs. The one that's fucking me up is the Pels and Mavericks. And I think I said I'm going to go with the Pels at home today. I'm going to rock out with DeJounte Murray and them. They playing good basketball. But then DeJounte Murray got ruled out with an illness before the game. Bro, I cleaned the board last night. Let's go. That's my second time cleaning the slate. That's my second time cleaning the slate in the span of 2 weeks. About a week and a half. I cleaned the slate last night. Hawks, Warriors, Blazers, Celtics, Bulls, Pels, Lakers, Spurs. I cleaned the fucking board last night. Let's go. Now imagine if I loaded up FanDuel and put 100 on that. I would have brought back 1,000 most likely. I would have. That's at least 1,000, probably. But I do not advise anybody to do that. But I cleaned the damn board last. One more time, I cleaned the board last. Let's go. The Bills offered a first-round pick to the Dolphins for the trade deadline for Jaylen Waddle. The Dolphins are trying to play hardball though. Like they were trying to play hardball. Them niggas act like I hate when teams do that. Act like you don't want to trade somebody and then end up trading them after the season. Bro, just trade them when they're available for real. When you know they should be available. You put it like that. The Atlanta Hawks. Want to watch a lot of Hawks games next year, bro. I don't think guys understand what's brewing right now in Atlanta. Like, I don't think guys understand what's brewing right now in the A. You might have a top 10 pick. You on a 10-game winning streak, and you're going to insert that pick next to your 24-year-old star, 23-year-old star. I'm calling him a star now, not Jalen Johnson. You're going to insert that pick next to that star while having a kill on a good contract, right? While still having Onyeka in the fold, while still having Newell, who don't play a lot this year, but as your first round draft pick last year, you can still have Dyson Daniels in the picture as well. Whatever you choose to do with CJ, whatever you choose to do with CJ. I don't really care to comment on that. But Corey Kispert will still be there as well. You're most likely going to pick up the team option on Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga will be there as well. They're going to have a solid team again next year, bro. Where Jalen Johnson leading the way. And Jalen Johnson, in last night's game, had another triple-double. And not even just him. Like, I don't even want to just speak on him having a triple-double as well. Also want to big up Nickeil Alexander-Walker for his performances, not even just in this game, but the whole entire season. He's been damn near the definition for Atlanta of consistency. Like, he's been consistent the whole entire year. He's been a 20-point per game scorer for the Hawks. Yeah, the whole entire year, averaging 23 and 3 on the season. And it's always about opportunity in the role you in, and you always able to do more with more opportunity. Like, it's like when you have more food on your plate, you're able to eat more. You got less food, you're gonna eat less. It's really just that simple. In Minnesota, he obviously had less food. In Atlanta, he got more. And it had nothing to do with his role in Minnesota, because he had a good role in Minnesota as well. But they had a clear-cut number 1 and 2 guy, and that was Julius Randle. In Atlanta, that's not the case. Like, in Atlanta, he's been able to hoop all year. And then on top of that, Jalen Johnson missed a good portion of the season, or a good amount of games as well, which allowed Nada to ultimately come into the season and get comfortable. And also Trae Young, which allowed Nada to come into the season and get comfortable and be comfortable and showcase what he can do from a scoring standpoint. He's been doing that all year, and he's also been known to be a two-way player as well. So, shout out to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, man. 41 points last night, 12 for 21 from the field, 9 for 14 from 3. 9 for 14 from 3. And Dyson, who I was just referring to, can't shoot the ball well, but he can do all the little things that Atlanta, and not even just Atlanta, any other team will want you to do. He can guard the best guard on opposing teams. He can rebound the ball well. He can give you a little bit of playmaking. And then obviously he's going to give you stocks. He's going to get steals. He's going to get blocks. He's going to finish at the rim or get downhill. That's what Dyson Daniels tends to do or tries to do. And last night he had 15 points, 12 rebounds. And then Jalen Johnson, the man himself. He one of my favorite players, bro. I think I said it in here like 2 years ago. Like, he one of my favorite players. Like, not like favorite guys. Like, I'm going to say it one more time. Luka, Booker, Cade, and Trae. Like, those are my favorite. And then all Kentucky guys. But Jalen Johnson, outside of them, like, he's one of the guys that I enjoy. I would say I would enjoy watching, or I enjoy supporting, or I enjoy rooting for to do good in the league, because he's next up when it comes to that wing / point forward / playmaking big, whatever the case may be. He's next up. He's really good in that aspect. Rebounding the ball. He's improving the 3-point shot this year. Improved scoring this year. Playmaking this year. With a 3-point shot, he went from 31% last year to 35% this year on higher volume. So that's what I mean by improved 3-point shot this year, and continuing to work in that aspect as well. Well, obviously still need to get better a little bit on the defensive end. But Jalen had a triple-double last night, but that's back-to-back triple-doubles for him. And Onyeka had 15.7 boards with 4 assists. So they're 4 best players, outside of CJ. All the guys in the starting lineup hoop. CJ with 3 for 14 though, so that's a little like, whatever. Kuminga had, in 19 minutes, had 7 points off the bench, 8 boards. I spoke on how his role might not be as high with this team when Jalen Johnson is there. I know a lot of people was happy for Kuminga when I think he started and played his first game in Atlanta, but Jalen Johnson was not there. You know, since he's been back, I don't think it's been anything crazy in that aspect as far as him. So, shout out to the Atlanta Hawks, man. I'm a big fan. 10-game winning streak. Unfortunately, they are still in the play-in, but they are trending in the right direction to get out of the play-in. And this win over the Magic was actually a big thing for them, because they are now fall 2 games back behind them in the loss column. And then also the Magic were on their own little streak, which was 7, I believe, going into that game. Paolo struggled from the field, 3 for 13. Hard for you to win a game like that. Franz is still without a timetable for return. He was rushed back for reasons that I'm not going to, but I believe I'm not going to speak on at the moment. And then Desmond Bane had 18 points. He's been pretty solid for them all throughout the year. But missing Franz with Anthony Black and Paolo struggling from the field like that, it's hard to win a game against a good team, or one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference in the Atlanta Hawks. But the East is going to be crazy next year. Like, bro, the East might be more exciting than the West next year. Like, this might be the first time I can say the East might be more exciting than the West next year, because the East, from an excitement standpoint, to me, with the teams, the Hornets, the Hawks, the Wizards, the Magic going to be good. The Heat still gonna be decent. The Heat always gonna be just a decent team. Like we just always gonna be just right there. Like we just gonna be right there. The whole Southeast Division next year is gonna be good to decent, or decent to good. I'm sorry. All five of those teams in that division. You coming over to the Central, insert top pick for the Bulls. You're gonna have a young prospect over there, but you're gonna have the Cavs, the Pistons, the Pacers, all good. Whatever happens with Giannis, I don't know yet. We don't know with the Bucks, so we're gonna leave them out too. You get over to the Atlantic now, you have the Celtics, the Knicks, the Sixers, the Raptors, all be decent to good next year. It'll insert top 5 pick on the Brooklyn Nets. That can bring some excitement to that ball club. So, wait, where the Bulls at right now? They are 9. I just counted 13 teams that's going to be decent to good next year for an exciting standpoint. And you can probably say the same thing for the West. You actually can. Nuggets, Wolves, Thunder, Blazers, Utah. I'm not including the Warriors. Y'all can. Clippers hold off. I don't know yet. Lakers, Suns, Mavs, Rockets. Nah, it's more in the East. But yeah, Mavs, Rockets, Spurs. But it's more in the East though. The Kings, no. The Grizzlies, no. Insert top pick of both of those spots though. The Warriors, bro. I'm cool, bro. Like, I'm so cool on the Warriors. I'm so cool, especially with Jimmy. Like I'm just like the injury I'm referring to. Yeah, I said Nas should win MVP like last week. I mean, most improved player like last week. Sorry, MVP is crazy. Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks though, man. Keep trending in the right direction. And way to move off a trade when the time was right. And I guess get a decent, not even a decent return, but just get a cool return for him. But notice that you're switching your team over to build around Jalen Johnson. I'm also glad that Trae Young looked at that situation and knew that the time was right now as well, and he wanted to do right by that team, and that's why they left on good terms, and that's a good thing. The Golden State Warriors, they got the win over the Washington Wizards last night, 125 to 117. Trae Young played in the game, but he left early with a quad injury. Before he left, though, he played 21 minutes. He had 21 points, 5 assists, knocked down 3 threes, made 4 to 5 free throws. Bilal Koulibaly also matched his 21 output, and then Will Riley also matched his 21 output. Those 3 guys combined for 63 points, and all of them were efficient from the field for the most part, while Will was more efficient from 3 than the field because he missed 7 shots, so that's below 50%. Trae Johnson had 13 points as well. Guys, y'all know what it is with a tanking team, so I'll leave it at that. From a Warriors perspective, they did fall under 500 last week. Curry is obviously still out with that knee injury. It's hard to Joe. Joe, I saw your comment. I think you on Twitter. You said if the Wolves move to the East, ... Yeah, if they move to the East, what? Like, bro, y'all niggas act like if the Wolves move to the East, they're gonna be the big bad Wolves or something. Fuck the Wolves gonna be on. Like, what? Oh, I didn't even know y'all was on the stage. My bad, y'all. I apologize. My bad, y'all. I'm just doing my job hosting. D-Max, Swipa, Tween, welcome. Hold on, guys. I do not got y'all coming through my ears. That's probably why I didn't hear y'all. All right, here we go. I will get y'all thoughts on that trade in a second. Can y'all say something real quick? Testing. Okay, y'all super low. Hold on. All right, we good now. I'll go to y'all in a second. Niggas acting like if the Wolves go to the East, they're gonna be the big bad Wolves. Big bad Wolves. I don't give a damn if the Wolves come to the East. Like, the Wolves are mid. The Minnesota Timberwolves are a mid basketball team. Like, it's just the facts.
In the East?
It's just the facts. Like, it's really just a fact. Just gonna make it competitive as fuck, bro. Boston, Knicks, Wolves, Cavs. Okay, respect, Joe. I ain't mad at that. They will come over there and be a good team, like, for sure, but it ain't like they're gonna be walking to the finals or anything like that. I remember last time when people were saying, like, well, if this team was in the East, they'll go to the finals. I remember a lot of people were saying that. I feel like there's a lot of optimism for these Eastern teams, but they don't know how to get out of their tanking ways. This is the last time. I don't know what team you're referring to. Jordan Wood. Yeah, I talked about the Broncos trade for like 5 minutes, but I do want to hear Swiper thoughts on it because this is a trade that he and also others anticipated. He called happening at the deadline. It did not happen. They obviously picked up an offseason, so I'll go back to them in a second. But they gonna give up by January. I just disagree. Shark, if that's Shark the Heat fan, that's what's up, bro. But nah, I genuinely disagree. The Wizards are not going to be tanking next year. Who else in the East? The Pacers are not going to be tanking next year. That's it. If you want to talk about anybody in the East that's tanking next year, they should. The Nets, they should tank again next year. The Bulls, they should tank again next year. The Bucks should tank next year, if not the rest of the season as well. But the other teams in the Eastern Conference, as far as the Wizards and the Pacers that's doing it right now, they're not going to do it next year. So like that doesn't really matter. Like if the Bulls and the Nets do it again, so they should. Like those are the only two teams in the Eastern Conference that should and most likely would tank again next season. From a West standpoint, you're gonna have the Kings tank again next year, and they should. And you're gonna have the Grizzlies probably tank again next year after they trade off Ja Morant, and they should. Like I mean, so yeah, right. I don't know. I don't fully agree with that, to be honest. Well, I know you only said the East team, but I don't fully agree with that. I'm gonna pivot off right back to the trade real quick, guys. Let me see what Jordan Wood sent me. Take a month of. Okay, cool. We're gonna read that. We got some Darren Peterson news to read, man. Shout out to Jordan. Swipa, first round pick, 30th, third round pick, fourth round pick. But you get the fourth back. You get Jaylen Waddle in a fourth round pick. How are you feeling, my brother?
Yep, this is what we have been asking for, and this is what I obviously was talking about a few months ago, that the team knows that they're in a window to win a championship right now. They did not have they had the worst options on the outside for, I think, a very good young quarterback who showed in the obviously late season and versus playoff teams and in the playoffs that he's one of the guys you can rely on. Jaylen Waddle is a terrific fit on this roster, and obviously with Sean Payton, and they still have their second round pick, which I imagine they'll also be able to use for whoever. They're still in talks with David Njoku to bring into the building as well as a tight end. So they are going about the business of making all of the moves to bolster their offensive weapons right now. They're giving obviously a late first for Jaylen Waddle, which is 30th, which, you know, like KC Concepcion range and all that kind of stuff. I had been telling people that, you know, behind the scenes, they had been trying for A.J. Brown, Jaylen Waddle. They were looking at, you know, taking Emeka Ibuka last year. I mean, they know that they have the issue. It's just about getting the actual package and stuff in place to do it. They have, I mean, Jaylen Waddle and Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims and Pat Bryant. That's going to be it's going to be quite the five, you know, to be able to deal with. And so, you know, this is obviously going to be up to Bo and Davis Webb. Davis Webb's calling the plays now, so they'll have a lot of optionality there. They still have some fluidity they want to continue to add to the weapons room. I imagine they're going to add another running back in the second round, or they'll also be able to go defensive line. Just kind of depends on what's going to happen. But for the Miami, you know, they get off obviously Waddle's contract. They're getting another additional first-round pick to rebuild. You know, this is just about for them making that transition to the next step. But yeah, it's you know, it's just a great fit, man. It's a great fit. He's relatively cheap as well, like the money that he's getting right now. So like it's like relatively cap friendly. You know, he's only 27 years old, so they're going to be able to ride this out. This is kind of be similar to the Emmanuel Sanders move they got when they signed him in 2014. That obviously ended up changing the team. They coupled him with Demaryius Thomas. You know, currently right now, Jaylen Waddle, he has a 3-year, $84 million extension that he signed. And so the money that he's looking at, that he's going to be getting, he'll be getting basically a base salary of, you know, have 31 million dead cap, 27 million dead cap over the next 2 seasons, and then they can get out of it in 2028 if they want. So literally, like, this is just flexibility for the future. You know, if they add him on for the next year, he had a base salary of 25 the year after that. So he's making the same money as Cortland Sutton, which is $23 million a year. So just from a cap management standpoint, instead of paying $40 million or $35 million for a wide receiver 1 or 2, you know, you're able to ship out that kind of money, and you're getting your two best wide receivers are making less than $48 million a year, basically. You know, that's just can't really beat that. So like Bo loves throwing deep and adding Jaylen Waddle, or even just for the screen game stuff, that and underneath stuff they want to run. This is just going to make them that much more difficult to have to defend. And I know everybody kind of writes off their offense, but their offense, like when they played again versus playoff teams, they were able to put a lot of points on the board. It's just a matter of like having better options. And now, like in the red zone, defending them is going to be different. And they're still going to add to the room. Like I said, they still might sign David Njoku, and if they do, then their tight end room is going to be better. I just think this is just like this is a really good all around move.
I mentioned how like a lot of the teams. Okay, let me see. How can I say this? The team that I view to be good or elite or be in the mix when it's all said and done to, you know, be in the championship game and or conference Super Bowl and or conference championship game. Chiefs, I mentioned K9 was their big signing right now at the moment. Ravens, I obviously mentioned going out and getting Trey Henderson. Right now is a big thing right now at the moment. And then the Bills getting DJ Bradley and other things that they've been doing as well. You put this move right up there in that mix right now. Do you think you guys adding Waddle as your big move so far? If you guys extended or re-signed JK and other things like that, but do you think this move will impact your team the best out of all the other moves, or which one right now that I just mentioned would you put as number one? From an
Well, I mean,
impact
I think
standpoint.
some of this is just simple as like they just didn't have the pop, and I think DMAC, who did a great job by the way on press box the other day. We've all talked about this. They just don't have the pop. Like it was Bo Nix, go make a play. Bo Nix, make a crazy throw. Bo Nix, use your legs. Bo Nix, throw it down the seam. On and what they just didn't have people that like were game breakers. And I think Waddle is 100% a game breaker in that, like, he's so unbelievably fast and quick and shifty. Like, you put him in a situation where now it's like you load up on Cortland Sutton and then Mark, now it changed. But then now this changes the coverages for Cortland, it changes the coverages for Marvin, it changes the coverages for Troy, for Evan Ingram. I think that this is obviously a great move. I think Trey is a really good move as well. But I've told you this when it happened. I think Trey is a really good pass rusher, not so much in the run, but he's still a really good player. That's going to bolster your defensive line on third down. That's still a huge move. DJ Moore, DJ Moore is not as good as Jaylen Waddle. I don't think that's necessarily like groundbreaking at all, but he's still a really good receiver. But I thought Jaylen Waddle might go to the Bills last year, and I thought that was going to be a problem because that would be a perfect fit with Josh Allen, especially the way he plays football. So for me, this is a tier 1 move for Denver. This like puts them squarely back into the hunt for the Super Bowl. So I would put it right up there with Trey, if that makes sense. Like, I told you when I texted you when they got Max Crosby, I thought you were a top 3 team. Obviously not now having Max kind of changes the equation a little bit, but. Yeah, I think the Broncos are just as good as anybody in the NFL. Like, and I think that their defense is completely stocked still. Like, they obviously lost John Franklin Myers, but again, like they have so much depth in the room with DJ Jones and others that they had already signed. Their defense is loaded. Their offense is loaded. They got everybody back. It's just a matter of adding to the room. So you basically take the best team in the offense, the offensive line, best team with the defensive line in front 7 in football, and then you add weapons to the perimeter. I do think that changes things because honestly, like even if they had Bo like with Jaylen Waddle and Cortland, I mean, just think about some of the games like that they were in that would have just changed just by having a simple like, hey, can you just give him the ball and ask him to go to work? I think this is a really big move for them, bro. Like so I put it right up there with them.
Well said, my brother. D-Mac, what I'm going to do real quick, I got to literally make a run for like 2 to 3 minutes, brother. If you can speak on, might take me 5. If you can speak on this part of the trade real quick, and then also just dive into the other things that I just mentioned. I'm gonna join from my phone. My screen probably gonna stop sharing Twitch and YouTube because I'm about to join from my phone. I don't feel like signing to my other Discord account. But you can speak on this trade right here, then speak on Ravens trade, Chiefs, da 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 da. How do you think which one will have the biggest impact for their said team this upcoming year?
Yeah, I mean.
Wait, I just realized something. They're not gonna be able to hear y'all. I just realized something. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to hear y'all.
Switched over.
Hold on. I gotta.
What's up?
He
switched
over.
Brother. I just realized they're not gonna be able to hear y'all.
Yeah, because he's not streaming to the.
But never mind, bro. I'm probably just missed some of the things you want to say, D-Mac. Bro, just go ahead. I'm gonna just run.
Or do you wanna? Well, do you want the show to hear it or not? I guess he doesn't care. All right. Yeah, the Waddle, the way that he's able to have explosive ability fits a lot with what Sean Payton wants to do, but certainly fits with Cortland Sutton at the top of that wide receiver room. So I think it makes a lot of sense from that perspective. It's a little rich for my blood, first and third, and obviously the fourth swap in there. I mean, you can place that wherever you want to. I think it's a little rich, but I understand it because of where they're pushing. And I think that Jaylen Waddle actually does move the needle. So from that perspective, it's worthwhile to do so. I like that more than DJ Moore trade, who I think is more of a nice addition to a more complete room than the Bills necessarily have at wide receiver. So, and I think they slightly overpaid for him too. So I like the move. They needed it. We talked about it as well, but that they needed that extra juice as far as the playmaking, as far as that aspect
Yeah.
was concerned. So good on them. As far as most impactful move, obviously the Ravens, I should say, signing Trey Hendrickson. I think that'll help a lot. I think it won't help as much as Max Crosby because of some of the run defense
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
certainly
That
for
would have
Jesse
been
Mender's
crazy.
screen. Yeah, I mean, there. So I have question marks as far as what they want to do to fit Trey, who doesn't necessarily defend the run all that well, into Jesse Mentor, who likes to have three down edges, who do defend the run, and then obviously impact as far as the pass rush is concerned. But that doesn't mean that Trey still can't have a real impact as far as that aspect too. Still a little bit more of a burden to see what happens with Matt Bouquet from that perspective, but they get the extra first round pick back, so there could still be some things to there too. And then on our end, I like what we did with Walker. I like what we did with Tonga. But the reality is the McDuffie trade means that the value has to be brought up, or I should say, made up by what you do in the draft. And so I can't necessarily comment on what the full aspect of our offseason is going to be. And honestly, more so than other teams immediately in 2026, because our impact is going to really have to come from what we do with the draft. And fortunately, we have the capital to have impact players, but we got to go out there and make those picks before I can really comment. So I will say, as of now, um, I guess wherever you want to place it, Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Broncos, Patriots, I guess Jaguars you could throw in there, Chargers.
Can we be honest
I
about the
would
Patriots, brother? We don't have to
well
include
we
them.
get- well, I know, but I'm being fair to the team that was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, all right.
But
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say
Mickey Mouse
out
run,
of
Mickey
all
Mouse
of
run.
out of all of those teams, I think the Broncos have made the most impactful move with Waddle because I do think that he's a true new mover. Now I've had my criticisms. I don't think he's necessarily a true bona fide number one. But
Yeah,
when
for
you have a
sure.
guy like Sutton and you compare those, you're talking about a 1-2 punch that ultimately would equal whatever you want as a dominant number one, in my personal opinion. So not mad at that at all. I think it's even value wise, maybe a little bit overpay. But when you're where the Broncos are, rookie scale contract, wanting to push for a run this upcoming season, I think it makes sense to be able to do so. And it's not like Waddle's old, so like you still get a nice runway out of his deal as far as that's concerned too. So yeah, I mean, good trade for the Broncos, I'll say ultimately.
I wonder if this does change, like, because Cortland, you know, Franklin had over 100 targets last year, and obviously he's a really good young player. Obviously, year two. I wonder if this does change the calculus because he's kind of the odd man out here. Not odd man out, but so if you look at Marvin Mims is a two-time first-team All-Pro returner, and he obviously is a good receiver too, so he's staying. Uh, Pat Bryant, they just drafted. They love. He's a great third down red zone player. If he stays healthy next year, he can definitely have a real add in the room. Troy Franklin had 65 catches for 709 yards and 6 TDs last year. I do wonder if this is makes him expendable, and you trade him for a pick, or you trade him for another positional value or something like that. Because I mean, obviously, you want to have a very fluid room as well. You want to have options. And just in case of injuries and everything, and he's on the 30. He's still on the 30 year of his deal, so maybe you don't want to move him, but there's room now to actually be hey, we want to make some improvements to some other things. And I did say this, when we were on the show the other day, but the Broncos wanting to add to the running back room. Getting that fourth back is important because they had already had a fourth round pick or 2 fourth round picks, I believe, maybe 3. Can't remember what the exact number is. But I think now getting another fourth back, I would not be shocked if one of Allen or Singleton ends up in the room in the fourth round with Denver. That way they can just continue to add, have a player there. Or call me crazy. If they just say you know what, forget it. We're going to load up and we're going to get into the spot and do what we need to do. There's I'm not going to lie, bro. If they took Eli Stowers or they took Trig somewhere in that, to just add to that room and say we're gonna give you even more weapons, I would not be shocked by that either. I guess the biggest thing, this just gives them flexibility moving forward. We could just try to add people to the room and see if we can just make this as good of a unit as possible.
I think that the big thing for me is, hey, if he had that 29th pick, and me personally, I don't love this wide receiver class.
Yeah.
I think that there's good guys that you can kind of fit in as far as that is concerned. But you take that 29th pick and you're like, okay, well, are you really getting the guy that's moving the needle to the level that you needed to really feel good about adding that offensive punch? Obviously, taking that now and having Jaylen Waddle take the place of that, and he does. So I think that's the biggest thing for me is that, there's flexibility without the draft and where you want to be able to go for their picks. Obviously, they've got a good roster, what they've built around Bo Nix in general, but that's the flexibility where you want to go certainly exists. But really, the thing was, hey, can you have a high upside enough move? The 29th pick, I don't know if you were not, or the 29th pick, the 30th pick,
Yeah.
to be able to get that done. I don't know if that existed, but obviously using it for Jaylen Waddle certainly satisfied.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the offense is going to be structured, man. Like I said, I still would add to the running back room, if I'm there, just in case J.K. goes down and gets hurt. But I
I
think
would
they're
as
going
well. Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Definitely makes a lot of sense that fourth round, or even, I guess, second would be too early because I don't think that you're going to get the value out of that. So, yeah,
yeah.
fourth round, if you can add to that running back room, would definitely be a nice addition.
Also, like I don't know, second round, like the options there, but again, like, do you think Emmanuel McNeil Warren's going early? Like, is he going upper second round?
I mean, this is going to be a very there's going to be high variance in this draft. It's going to be tough to nail these guys down. I could legitimately see him going anywhere from 20 to like 45, 50, anywhere in that range. Now, for me, I really like the kid. I think that he is, has an upside to be like a Pro Bowl type of safety, and then definitely a day one starter as far as that's concerned. So that's where it is. But I think late first into mid second would be his range for me personally.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious about kind of how the draft is going to go. As a Chiefs fan, I guess what is this? On the other side of this, how does this impact? You think the Chiefs are like even just playing Denver this season as opposed to like the difference with last year?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, I don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, Waddle is, you have to deal with what he brings to the table, especially with his elite speed. I would say that the reality of the Broncos offense is, hey, you got to be able to affect the quarterback. And if you can do
Right.
that, then you
Right.
have a pretty good shot. And obviously, stopping the run on early downs is a big piece of that, too. So I suppose that in some respects, it doesn't.
Hey, and you never played JK. I just now realized that JK was
Yeah,
hurt by
JK
the
went
time
down.
they got to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, he
Wow,
went
that's
down.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. I think that it changes obviously what you want to do. You have to protect yourself as far as over the top because of his speed, certainly as far as that's concerned. But we like to do a lot of split safety stuff. End of the day, for me, and this is going to apply to pretty much every matchup, but
Yeah.
if we can be able to defend the run out of these nickel sets, then that is ultimately going to put our defense in a good spot. If we can't, then ultimately we're going to have trouble versus a lot of different teams, and certainly the Broncos included.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about this on the show tomorrow too, just like kind of more in depth, like what this does for the AFC West as a whole. Because I don't think I don't know what's going to happen with with the Raiders with Mendoza or anything like that. But again, Mendoza is like of the level of one of the 24 rookie quarterbacks, which is Caleb, Bo, Drake, Jaden. Like if he's of one of those ilks, then the Raiders are also going to be something to deal with too. So the AFC West just next year as a whole could just be like there's really no week off. Like every one of these teams has things that they're good at. They have weaknesses, but even the bad team and the Raiders, like they're still good. They have matchup issues because their defense is all of a sudden better. The offense has a quarterback. They have obviously a tight end one. They have an RB one. They have an improved offensive line. The signal caller is very good. West Coast zone scheme. Like there's a world where the Raiders are even like super competitive next year too.
Thank
Oh yeah,
y'all.
I mean, look, it's going to be another tough race in the AFC West for sure.
Thank y'all, brothers. Harvey, if you ever hit me, can I get a 30-minute to an hour notice, brother? My goodness, just a PSA. Please, brother.
No. Sometimes when the moment calls, you just got to be ready, bro. And I think that's how money's made in this world, my brother. But I will in the future when I can.
If that ever
When
happens
I
again,
can.
please, I'll be ready.
Yeah,
Just
I
that
didn't.
day
I just didn't.
it was just, yeah.
I mean, I know you coming off a Saturday night for you is tough to get you up in the morning, so I understand.
I don't go out, brother. So,
You don't go out at all anymore?
nah, not really. Last time I went out was January, like beginning of January.
Is that for the birthday celebration?
Yeah, birthday dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I saw. Yeah, shout out to you, bro.
Nah.
By the way, your people look just like you. By the way, I'd never said that to you, but like y'all are all
Oh, my little
twins.
sisters.
Every single
Oh,
one of
yeah.
you, all twins. Same
Yeah.
face, same everything.
Yeah, I agree. And I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate y'all, D-Mac and Swipa holding that down real quick. D-Mac, you just want to give me a consensus of what you said, like a roundup of what you said real quick, if you don't mind?
Yeah, just I think the Waddle trade is the most impactful move so far amongst the AFC contenders. Like when he fits, slight as far as value is concerned, maybe slight overpay, but makes sense for them and what they want to do compared to what they would have gotten at that 30th pick to try and add juice to that offense. So I think it's a good trade for the Broncos. And also I didn't even mention this, but great trade for the Dolphins. I don't think that was a true number one. He's 27. He doesn't fit their timeline. Being able to get a first and third for him, good value.
Yep. We'll say, brother. Thank y'all for that real quick. And thank you to everybody that's just listening to the show in general. Shaggy was good. Nana made it. Nana was good. Nothing special on YouTube was good. Just everybody, man. Everybody was good. Ready for this Rockets breakdown? Yeah, I'm gonna try my hardest to get OG in here. I'm gonna try my hardest. Whenever OG is scared to bet, bro, it's a bad sign. Like he was scared to bet against Houston Arizona game. He was scared to bet yesterday's game. We're gonna see what happens. Damn, they gonna have over 165. Okay. All right, back to the NBA. Warriors win over the Wizards. Spoke on that already. We're gonna work our way down to the next game. Before I read some of this Darren Peterson article that Jordan Woods sent me. Again, I also had the Blazers beating the Nets. I cleaned the slate last night. Y'all predicted all the games right yesterday. I will do my NBA prediction coming up in about 10-15 minutes, or whenever we finish this slate. I'm sorry. Blazers got the win over the Nets, 114-95. Michael Porter Jr. Still out. They're totally fine with that. They're sitting at 17-51 now. So you're getting guys like Zaire, Danny, Drake Powell, Nolan, just Ben, and a lot of young guys on their team just getting the opportunity to hoop right now. And then from a Blazer perspective, they're just stuck in the play-in. Like there's no way out. Like not even that they want to be out of the play-in. They're a decent basketball team. They're a good basketball team. They should be in the play-in, if not the playoffs. So we'll see what ends up happening around that as well when it comes to them potentially getting out the play-in or whatnot. Scoot is shooting the ball better from 3 out of the last 3-4 games, and also playing good. They got another young guy, Chris Murray, Donovan Clingan, obviously, Tumani, Benny Avdia, and then a good mix of veterans of Jeremy Grant and also Drew Holiday as well. Obviously, Drew was the older out the bunch. Even Thibault from a veteran standpoint. Obviously, Drew was older out the bunch. She had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. They just have a good roster, bro. Simple way to put it. And Dame with this team next year is gonna be really, really, really fun and exciting to watch. And I'm glad he's back in Portland, where he belongs, truly. If you can't get to where you want to go to, and you go and check the grass out, and you get sent to freaking Milwaukee, and things don't work out, and you want to go to Miami, man, f the ring chasing, just go be happy. Like you can go ring chase, no shade, but you could go ring chase around like Chris Paul, no shade by the way. I respect a lot of Chris Paul. You can go ring chase around like Chris Paul, many other legends or guards, or whatever that done it throughout their NBA career towards the back end of it or back half of it, and ultimately never win a ring. And they probably wouldn't even all the way happy in their role or in that city or playing for that organization. Meanwhile, Dame is at the point now 36, 37 potentially, maybe even 35, and he's definitely not 37. I think I jazzed it up. My bad. He's like 35, 36. But he's now at that. No, he's like 37, 36, 37. He's now at that point to where not 30, 36. I'm gonna go 36. He's not. Wait, he's right here. Let me just click it. Sorry, y'all, it's killing me. 35, turning 36 this summer. But he's not at the point to where like like I don't need to go chase around. Like I didn't try the Giannis Milwaukee thing. I didn't want to go there, but I tried it. We both were dealing with injuries throughout our a year and a half or 2 year window or tenure. Let me just come back home, bro. I got to take a year off anyway, recover from this Achilles injury. Let me just be back home around family, kids. I love the area. I love the city. I love the team. And right now, I'm just choosing me and my happiness over trying to ring Chase at the end of the day. Now, if he wins the ring at Portland, obviously he would love that. I don't see that happening, but I'm just throwing it out there for Dame sake. But either way, shout out to the Blazers. Drew be perfect for the Rockets, man. CJ the Menace, 6'7", just give up the Rockets shit, bro. Like, just give it up. You don't got to support the Rockets because KD there, bro. Just give it up. Suns in Boston. This is the game that we watched down the stretch in the game, or they had it on the whole entire time. And Discord, I came in on the back end. I will say this: Devin Booker sold this game. Like I see the 40 ball, but at least when I started to watch the game about 5 minutes, 6 minutes ago in the fourth quarter, it was possession after possession after possession where he would turn the ball over, or he kept calling for a screen, knowing that when the screen comes, he's going to get trapped or hard. It was going to be a hard head situation because that's how Boston running the defense to get the ball out, to force the ball out of his hands. Rightfully so. He had it going last night where you see 40 points, 15 for 24. The problem was the 7 turnovers, and a lot of them came in the fourth period. He forced some things, offensive fouls, got in his head, forced some shots late down the stretch, and I think that's why ultimately the Suns lost the game. Personally, in my opinion, Haywood Highsmith had a good game for them off the bench. He had 16 points, knocked down 4 threes. Grayson Allen also had 13 points, and then Jalen Green did struggle from the field, but he did have 21. Outside of that, not the only reason why they lost the game, because they were going against a good team as well in Boston, but that's one of the biggest reasons why they did not end up winning the game. We put it like that. But Jaylen Brown, he said after the game, he approached the game with simple put, just to be aggressive, and try to force the referees to call things that he felt like should be called. And last night it went his way, according to him. He said he's not a fan of the flopping shit, but he's like he's going to put pressure on the referees to get to the line, and he did that. He shot a career high 21 free throws, I believe, knocked down 19 of them. He also had a 40 ball, and I was surprised. I was surprised last night. I'm watching the game. I'm like, I'm in Discord, and it's not too often where you will see Boston just go to JB over and over and over down the stretch. Like, that just never happens, especially with Tatum on the court. Obviously, Tatum's still working his way back. But I had to ask him, like, yo, like, what, JB got 30 or 40 or something? Lowe was like, yeah, he got 35. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because, like, they just give him the ball and just give him the ball. He had 41 points last night, 10 for 20 from the free throw field. Tatum had 21 points, 8 for 18. He did struggle from 3. But he had 7 boards and 4 assists. Chan, what's good, bro? 7 boards and 4 assists. Outside of that, they had key contribution from the 2 guards in the backcourt. Derek White had 21 points, knocked down 5 threes. And then Peyton Pritchard had 19 points, also knocked down 5 threes as well. So, shout out to JB for leading the charge. He also spoke on, like, taking a back seat and things like that. Sometimes with Tatum back and how, it's all going to be like a work in progress still to this day. Yeah, I just spoke on that, Chan, with Booker being terrible down the stretch. I think that's why they lost the game, or one of the biggest reasons why they lost the game. Jaylen Brown is second in NBA in drives per game at 18.9 behind Denny Avdia. Thank you for that, John Doe. So, great win for the Boston Celtics last night, man. It was good to see the Suns make it competitive with a team like Boston that features Tatum and Brown and how well they're coached and how good of a roster that they are and how good of a team that they are. But also the Suns are well coached as well, and they also have a good team. So, Dylan Brooks, hurry up. Mark Williams, hurry up. I'm curious to see how the Suns look in their playing and or playoff push or race. Next game last night, we had Chicago Bulls over the Memphis Grizzlies. Not much to say here, guys. Shout out to Bucelis. He's in the midst of playing phenomenal basketball right now. He had 29 points last night. Want to give him some flowers. He's averaging 16 on the season. And in the month of March, he's averaging 23 points. It's the highest scoring output in any month so far. Obviously, because a lot of guys are out of his way. Not that saying like guys were like, like Kobe White, Io, Josh Giddey in and out of lineups and things like that. Bucelis is getting comfortable with all the shot attempts in the world right now. He's averaging 17 shot attempts per game this month. He have not eclipsed over 12 shot attempts per game in any month prior. So I'd rather let you know that right now they're just leaning on him, and hopefully he can continue this and carry this on into next season, which should be his 3rd year. He averaged 8 as a rookie last year in 19 minutes. He's now averaging 16 as a second-year player in 29 minutes. And next year he's going to be averaging roughly the same, if not more, in about 30 minutes per game. And insert topic that they draft this year as well. So just be patient with Chicago, man. Hopefully that they can get back to being one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, man. That's where I'm at with it. You like Modest a lot? Yeah, shout out to him, bro. I hope this ain't a Jalen Green. I spoke on the Grizzlies a lot, bro, as far as them just playing on young guys, too. Like, I'm happy for Taylor Hendricks. I'm happy for Cam Spencer, Walter Clayton, Sid, Max Prosper, Jalen Wells, just everybody that's being able to hoop right now. That's young. That's probably not going to be on the roster next year, but have the opportunity now. Like Julian Reese in Washington. It's a lot of different players that have an opportunity to play basketball right now in NBA on some of these tanking teams. Bulls moved to 28 and 40. The Grizzlies up to 23 and 44. Ja, I forgot what Ja injury is, but they're going to drag that. Ja probably played his last game as a Grizzly, to be honest. If Ja starts the season again in Memphis, he'll be traded by the deadline. But they won't get nothing in return, so it's best that they just try to do it in the offseason to start that new, to start fresh with building around whoever they're going to take in within the top 10, because their pick will fall in the top 10. And they need to pray for like a Wagler. They need to pray. I'm not saying Wagler. They need to pray for like a Fleming. They need to pray for like an Acuff. They need to pray for like a Caleb Wilson. They need to pray for something like that. And obviously, everybody's hoping that they get a top 3 pick. They get a top 3 pick, then they'll be set as well. The New Orleans Pelicans, they got the win over the Dallas Mavericks 129 to 111. Zion Williamson is continuing to play great basketball for like the last 40 games, bro. Big credit to Zion. I'm happy for the dude. Clapping real quick.
You just play the sound?
Yeah, the Eagles are signing Hollywood Brown to a 1-year deal. Okay, cool, whatever. Hollywood, Smitty, okay, AJ, okay. Yeah, Zion, man. I mean, this dude been working relentlessly. Also, his trainer posted some things other day on social media, like everybody see the streak of the games that he's playing in a row, but they don't see the work that was put in behind the scenes. So he changed up some of the things from his diet, workout, training, off season, all that type of stuff, and then now got Zion set to where it is today, where it's not the hype around him like it was year 1, year 2, maybe even year 3. But he's playing consistent basketball, and that's what matters for him now at the moment, to where he wouldn't be labeled as a bust. Did he get the Pelicans? Did he get the Pelicans to a level that you ought to want out of a number 1 pick? Yeah, probably not. He never even played playoff basketball yet. Still to this day, that's a crazy thing to say. He never even played playoff basketball yet. But next year, if he can finish the season off rather healthy, we ought to assume, well, at least I would ought to assume that he'll be relatively healthy next year as well. We'll play at least 50 games, maybe even 60 games, and that'd be good for the Pelicans or wherever he'll be, which most likely will be the Pelicans, though. They're going to give that to DeJounte Murray, Zion, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Sadiq Bey and company think a look next year. That lineup, I'm not sure if Sadiq included in that, but that lineup of them 4 guys been really, really good this season. I think they're like 7-3, 8-3, something like that. And they have one of the better ratings in the basketball as well. On them 4 guys on the court together starting. So the Pelicans gonna try to ride the momentum into next year and see what they can do. And then if nothing is popping off by February, you ought to assume they'll try to get what they can for one of those guys, if not all, if not 2 out of the 3 or 4, and then look to trade off some other guys in the offseason as well. So that's what I expect the Pelicans to do. And then they'll then shift their build to around Jeremiah Fears. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's just what they believe. Jeremiah Fears, and then also Derek Queen. So that's what the Pelicans' plans will be if I had to take a guess.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This dude Zion's so cold, bro. But I was seeing this game a little bit, but they was up a lot to start the game. But you can't have Max Christie guarding Buddy. Like it's Zion such a tough matchup nightmare. Because if you put a big on him, he gonna blow by them, and if you put a small on him, he just gonna outmuscle him. But they trying to incorporate a more Trey Murphy, more like those type of guys, get them going. Because I think Zion, he can still be a 27, 25 type nigga all year, like points per game. But they're trying to get other guys, they're trying to get Trigger Trey more shots and, development their team and stuff. But yeah, I agree with most things you were saying.
I appreciate that, my good brother. DeJounte looks very good. I wonder what they do with him. Yeah, I mean, exactly what I just stated. They're going to run the Zion, DeJounte, Trey, Herb thing one more year. At least I'm under the belief of that. And also ownership and general manager, whatever, told me the same exact thing when they said they have zero intentions on trying to trade one of those guys at this past deadline. They want to see what they look like next year because they feel like if they're healthy, they're going to be a good team. Granted, but they've been healthy this year, they've been a good team. With those 4 guys, I know it's a small sample, but that's just what they believe. And then DeJounte will be having a player option potentially. I'll be playing on a player option next season. So not playing on a player option, but next year he can opt out after next season. You put it like that. My bad. So yeah, man, that's their plans to run DeJounte, Trey, Herb, and Zion back next year. And then did they give up on Queen? I don't think they've given up on Queen, but I think that they don't care to start him right now at the moment. Him nor Fears though at the moment. They want them guys to develop and stay down until year 2 and or 3, and then try to take off that way.
I disagree with that. Because there was a game, Metsy was out, and then they had no backup big, and Herb Jones was at the 5, 90% of the game. I think it was the Rockies game, or one of them games. It was like, bruh, Queen couldn't get no burn. Like you got Herb after 5 for extended minutes.
Okay, is it year 2 or year 3? I think I mentioned year 2 and or year 3. If you think, are you basically pushing back? And you think they giving up on him?
Yeah, I think they was like him and Zion can't play, and they're trying to limit if Zion's out there, he's not playing.
Okay,
Like that pairing. That pairing is not gonna work.
that does
I
not
think
work.
that's what they gave up on.
Okay. Well, me personally, I don't think they. I think that they like the idea of Derek Queen and also the idea of Zion, but I'm under the belief that Zion, Herb, Trey, and DeJounte, if this does not work out next year, I just stated one or the four or two out of the four, whatever the case may be, will be traded at the deadline, and then, or maybe if not that following off season, and then they'll be looking at Fears and Queen going into year 3, if not year 4, most likely year 3, and say, hey, we're going to try to continue to build this team around you guys. So I don't think they've given up on Derek Queen at all. Derek Queen had, for the most part, a solid rookie season. They didn't get up on him because he didn't get minutes at the 5 spot when Yves was out, whatever you said. I guess it's this Rockets game you're talking about where he played 12 minutes?
Yeah, it was like, bro, they had no big. It was one game they had no big. Herb is playing at the 5 most of the game. Like, you could have throw him out there.
Okay, fair.
Maybe it's like a matchup thing. I'm not knowing.
So you think they giving up on him already? Like, just.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, you said the him and
I
Zion
said
thing. Oh, yeah, the him and Zion thing. Okay.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. They're giving up. He can't play next to Zion. That duo was one of the worst defensive duos. They don't really get offensive rebounds. That with Zion is playing 33, 35 minutes, you really got to try to finesse a 14 to 21. You might have like 4 minutes. They might share the entire game max. But it's just like that duo right there is just not feasible, not viable. Like they're one of the worst duos.
Okay. Um, do y'all think Derek will ever justify that trade? Probably not, because if that pick is going to fall within the top 10 most likely, and whoever's drafted within that top 10 spot will probably end up being better than Derek Queen. Overall, can Derek Queen have a solid NBA career? Yes, but I think that I'll probably bank on who's going to be drafted at pick 6 or 7 or even 8. Probably have a higher upside than Derek Queen. So, will he fully justify it? Probably not. But um, can they get a good career, or if I have a good tenure out of Derek Queen? Yeah, let me put it like that. They can. So it is what it is. Next game, we had the Los Angeles Lakers get the win over the Houston Rockets, 100-92. This was some of the nastiest basketball I watched from both teams, to be honest. A lot of sloppiness going on, um, especially in the fourth quarter. Brick after brick after brick by both teams in the quarter. Um, but somebody asked me, like, should they cash? I'm like, nah, but the Lakers still gonna win this game. They have the better offensive players and or player. And from the Rockets standpoint first, bro. I don't, I don't, I don't even know how Rockets fans watch Rockets games. To be honest, like that I watched the game yesterday and I was disgusted, bro. Like, and it's not even just with the Rockets, by the way. Like I said, it was bad basketball, nasty basketball, sloppiness on both parts. Like literally both teams. But as a Luka fan, as a basketball fan, I made sure to watch the game. But like in that second quarter when Luka went out, shit was
So it was
bad.
sloppy from the Lakers.
Shit was bad basketball. Like yeah, it was for sure.
Bro, that was
Yeah,
the. I'm not
For
even doing
sure.
no
like the
hyperbole.
fourth was sloppy as fuck.
That was the
No,
worst game I've ever watched in the second half.
I don't think it was sloppy from the Lakers. They just couldn't hit shots. The Rockets were sloppy. The Lakers was just
Your
missing
mic is a little
shots.
muffled, Byron.
Oh, my fault. Hold up.
Yeah.
So
But Byron, our defense was elite.
I had said two things. It wasn't as more so sloppiness from the Rockets standpoint. But in the fourth quarter, though, I mentioned that like how both teams just missing a buku amount of shots back and forth.
Oh yeah.
So sloppy Rockets, but nasty basketball overall. Like the game was just like what the like, bro. Like I don't know, bro. Like second quarter when Luka went out, Rockets on a really damn good run. The Lakers went like 4 or 5 minutes without making a field goal, maybe 6 without making a field goal. Like that's bad basketball. Then I think the fourth quarter,
Yeah,
both teams just missing back and forth, just going and missing shots. The Rockets went like the last 6 minutes of the game, we're only making like 2 field goals last night, with Kevin Durant having a crazy amount of turnovers. So I mean, bro, like at the end of the day, the Lakers obviously still pulled out the victory. I think Marcus Smart is so key for the Lakers from like even an on court coach perspective. In a way, they did have guys struggle, not even struggle, but didn't really bring much to the table from a Luke Jackson perspective in last night's game. I would say Jake was solid for the most part. Jake only took one shot I didn't like, and that was the only shot that he didn't make. But it was like when he got caught up in the air. Other than that, he was 1 for 2. He did have 3 steals. That's the best thing about it. He did have also 3 turnovers. Luka was Luka for the most part. Still the complaining shit that I don't really like, that I don't really get, where you just get accustomed to watching it when he's on the court. And it was still good to see them plot the win like that, with Austin Reeves being as bad as he was last night. LeBron was LeBron. LeBron settled in. LeBron is now cool. Like LeBron is 100% deferring to Luka Doncic. And I remember, I think it was either Jordan Woods or Byron that spoke on like how they feel like this is the first time in his career that he was not the best player on the team going into the season, or just like point blank period. One of y'all said that. I can't remember which one. LeBron is fully comfortable with making like this.
you know, John.
Okay, like this is the Luka show, and he's playing like that, and he's acting like that, and I think he's properly sliding himself within the offense as well, and gets up when need to, and chills when need to as well. So this is a good win for the Lakers, man. Good win for them from a coming out with a win perspective. Let me put it like that. Yes, the Lakers are still mid LeBron James. Like nothing. The Lakers are a mid basketball team. That's not crazy to say at all. What else I want to add? I don't really think I want to add anything else, bro. I don't know. Like if OG was here to bring up Ime, cool. I understand. I saw Rockets fans. A lot of Rockets. There's 2 things going on Twitter. Last 3 things. Point guard talk from Rockets. Ime talk for not trying to help out KD or whatever with the double teams and things like that. And then the third thing was KD just not being good enough in those scenarios. Like the one pass where he tried to pass it to the opposite corner and Reeves just stole it. That pass was going to be well short anyway. Like the backcourt one, terrible. The one where Luka hit the ball in the double team near half court line, terrible. Like there's so many different things that KD could have done better in that period. And after the game, he said, you know what? Maybe I'm going to just get off the ball.
Good morning, brother Everett.
Good morning, brother. I'm going to just get off the ball and go to the corner and set down screens and things like that. So, I mean, he said maybe I'm going to just...
I hope he was trolling, by the way.
He said, I'm going to help my team
I
get
mean,
shots.
even when he was
right.
able to defer on the offense, though, like you have niggas like Tari Eason and shit like that who were missing, and it was 4-on-3 situations.
Tari sucks, by the way.
Yeah, Tari is terrible. Yeah, he
Bro,
literally had
let's not do the Tari shit, bro.
Let's not do the Tari shit.
That wasn't the reason they lost.
Bro, I mean, he's not the only person that was missing, but even when he's trying to pass out of the double teams, there were people who weren't missing.
Who were they helping off of?
He was missing.
Let's speak on the root of what's going on.
Hold on. Can you listen? I'm not gonna say he's solely the blame, but that nigga has missed 24 3-pointers in a row, bro. That nigga is absolutely fucking terrible.
Wait, Twin, was you gonna blame Armin because they were helping off of Armin?
I'm just saying who.
Wait, Dame,
speak on the space.
Let's
speak on the space and let's speak on who they were helping off. Bari had it going.
Bro, yes, they were helping off of Armin, brother. We know that. We understand that they're gonna help off of Armin because he's not that good of a 3-point shooter. We knew that already.
Bro, it's just like
is every game. Are we just gonna concede that now? Like,
but you know, Sengun ain't play, so I kind of take it a little bit with the grain of salt, not completely, because
Sengun wouldn't have changed nothing yesterday, man.
I mean, I don't think they would have been able to double team him the same way, in my opinion.
Man, they would have still blitzed him. Sengun probably would have been a better playmaker out of that mid post area to kind of like take some pressure off of KD. So the ball wouldn't have been in KD's hands as much, maybe possibly short. But that wasn't, man. They still the blitz KD and there's somebody else paid them.
Most of the blitzes came late in the shot clock. If you really peep, they were playing single coverage with KD at the top of the key. He didn't really get into the action with like 7 seconds. That's when they started double. That's what they call fire. They put 2 on the ball. If you really peep, I was texting, I think I sent a photo in the chat. KD had multiple times to beat his primary defender and turn the corner. That's really the biggest problem for me in the game. KD just can't turn a corner when it comes to having to step on his defender to start the blender. Cause he had Luka on him before. It was like 14 on the clock. They got cross match. He got Luka right wing. He's dribbling. He's not doing nothing until he's trying to see where the backside is coming from. If he beat his defender off of the step, turn a corner, read his strong side. So if Luke, If Luke stepped up, that's a corner three. It's just he can't beat his defender, bro. That's really what it
See,
is.
that's what I
No,
swear I wasn't gonna say nothing. But I said, let me see what. And you the main one. I swear I was gonna hold my tongue today because I already know what the problem was. Now you just sat here and said this man wasn't going until 7 seconds left on the shot clock, which is a bold-faced lie. He crossed in half court with about 18 seconds left. Soon as he crossed, they putting a big on him. They put Luke on him. They put a defender that they know he can't guard him with the defense set and already in help position, already playing two. So the problem is that the Lakers already, they said in the first half, he killing us. We not gonna let that kill us in the second half. So they made an adjustment. They put two on the ball as soon as he crosses half court. And as soon as he crossed half court, now I've already made my mind up. If I'm the Lakers, I'm willing to live with Dorian Finney-Smith shooting the ball or making a decision with the ball. I'm willing to live with Jabari catch and turn around because if he catches, he can turn around and make that pull up right there, the 15-footer, but he can't really make a decision with the ball. The nigga didn't put Reed in the middle right there to attack that. He didn't, and so with me, I ain't finna go with that. The Lakers got exactly what they wanted out of that particular defense, and we didn't make an adjustment. And you gonna come in here and sitting there talking about KD can't beat his man off the dribble when you saw him kill niggas in the first half for 16 points. Like, make it
I
make
told
sense,
you,
bro.
check the
Stop.
chat.
You say a whole bunch of words to make it sound like real fancy, and it sounds good, and you can't beat the blender off the lender and all that old bullshit. Bro, talk basketball for real.
Bro,
Like, what the
what?
fuck is
no,
you
like,
I was
talking
hold
about?
up.
talking basketball.
No, OG,
That's
like
not
the
bad.
difference
You
is,
see, they got the Lakers got exactly what they wanted out of the second half, which is make somebody else beat them because we don't have guys like that can attack and make the Lakers pay for it. They said, I'm willing to live with that. And we
OG,
didn't make an
but
adjustment.
OG, like,
The
I,
adjustment was taking a dude. Hold on. The adjustment was taking a dude off the ball. If you got a killer, if I know this is my best scorer, why am I gonna play right into the defense hands 30 fucking times in a row and let him walk the ball up the court and get trapped? Why don't I start him on the baseline coming off a couple of pin downs or something, catching him right there in the mid post and letting the double come right there in the mid post? And I dare you to, because now I got options. I can
So
swing weak side. I got a
hold on,
nigga that can cut to the
pause it, F.
basket. Come on, bro. What the fuck is you talking about? Talking about he
Pause it.
just
Go
can't
back.
turn the corner.
So they're setting the last two possessions
Man, I'm
on the
not trying
screen.
to look
They're
at no
trying
one
to
or two
get Aiden
possessions,
on him.
bro. I watched the game, bro.
They're trying to get Hayes on him. They're trying to get Aiden on him. You don't think any team you're targeting their weakest defender, they're gonna fire? Like, bro, this is
But you
not an
telling me
opportunity.
you talking like nigga didn't watch the game? Yes, we saw that. That's by
so,
design. They got help everywhere. That's not
no,
you going and again, the Lakers are gonna make us take the shot they want us to take. That's not good offense. That's not adjusting to to the adjustment they just made. You still playing into their hands. You talking about turn the corner where a nigga sitting right there waiting for, and as soon as he turn the corner, I'm right here, I'm in help. Oh, you kick it to this dude that can't shoot. What the
No,
fuck?
Reed
Play
was
F.
strong
Hit play
side.
real
This
quick.
is
Let me see something.
OG. Check the chat. I literally send the frame I'm referring to. He has
Are you
Luca
talking about
on
one
him.
Wait,
play?
Slim, you don't see this though?
See what? Yeah, they're trying to cross match their weakest defender.
Like,
They're
bro, like
screen hunting. They're mismatch hunting
they're
for
doubling
eight.
him. They're doubling him off Bucks gang. I don't. I get what you were saying about the not becoming a call, but bro,
yep.
they're no matter who's in front of him,
They're
there's a help
starting
coming
in
for
man.
sure.
They're starting in man, and they're dropping back to a zone, bro. Look how everybody is moving. This is
I
planned. This is pre-planned. All this is pre-planned, bro. They doing this. They like OG said. The Lakers dictated the whole second half, bro. Literally, this is a zone, bro. This is not a
I
fucking
But
didn't
help
disagree with
offense.
that. I'm
they
just
literally
referring
just
to.
I hear
decided KD
y'all.
Look,
wasn't
look,
going to
look
beat
at
them,
Reed.
bro.
Look at Reed.
I
Hold on,
think
go back
I
and
think
look at
it's
Reed.
some
Look
credence
at
in what
Reed
both of
then.
y'all is. It's some credence
Look
in
at
what both
Reed
of y'all
then.
are saying,
Go back.
bro. Because
Push off. Boom.
hear me.
We all come back.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear you,
hey,
Wiz. 'Cause. 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 '
That was I ain't gonna lie, that was bad though. That backcourt right there, that was terrible.
There's
But
credence
not
to what y'all are saying, bro, because like,
That pass was
yeah,
god awful.
the offensive design wasn't like it was awful, but at the same time, they don't think he got to turn the ball over 6 times either in the second
Yeah,
half.
but here's the thing though. So what comes
Yeah.
first though? What comes first? The bad offense or the turnover?
I think it's a match made in hell. I think the
So
bad
that's what I'm
offense
saying.
leads to yeah.
So even if he don't turn the ball over, let's take the turnover off. And I get you,
Mhm.
live ball turnovers are terrible. Even if
Yeah.
he don't turn the ball over, you still dictating what I'm doing on offense, which is going to be a dude that can't make a decision with the ball. And then the next thing I'm gonna hear is niggas say, "Well, yeah, DFS just got to make a play." When the fuck has DFS ever made a play on any team? When the fuck has Tari ever made a play? So you putting guys in position to make plays and do things that they not even designed to do. That's not what they do. You putting them in position to do that, and then when they don't do it, well, they just got to make a play. Nigga, when? When have you ever seen them make a play? I wish I was playing against a nigga. Yeah, I want it. And DFS, I want DFS putting his head down trying to make a play. I want DFS shooting the ball. I want Tari. Tari ain't made a 3 in 6 games. Literally. 6 games. And Tari is the worst. I love him. I love his play hard. Basketball IQ, I said it a million times in here. I don't want him thinking with the basketball. You got niggas catching the ball and have to think with the basketball, which is
I
going to
think
fuck everything
I
up,
think
yeah?
I think
It's a
you described
turnover
him last
waiting to
night.
happen.
I think you described him last night perfectly. But I would ask you, is this the only coverage you guys will struggle with late in games against? Because
Well,
I think you have a combination of a personnel issue and like a coaching issue. Like that's why it says a match made in hell.
yeah, but I mean that's not even that's simple
Because y'all don't just
basic
struggle
as
because y'all don't just
10th
struggle against
grade. I
double
mean
teams
that's
late in
not even
games
10th
though.
grade. That's 10-year-old. That's some 10-year-old shit
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
I'm just saying y'all
Run a
don't just
double at
struggle
the nigga.
against y'all don't just struggle against doubles late in games though. Y'all just struggle period. Like regardless
Yeah,
of what
but
the coverage
okay,
is.
so I can fix that. Put Reed in at the point guard and let this nigga play off the ball. And then design some schemes that's gonna get him the ball where he needs the ball.
And that's
And
where the
have
coach. Yep,
Reed,
that's where
and
the
I'm
coaching
not
part
saying
comes
Same
in.
Reed
thing
can't
is
I ain't gonna.
OG.
I was about to say everything. I do agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with
Agree with.
that
I
too,
agree with
man.
it.
As soon as Reed
I
got on the
agree with it.
court,
I
it looked
can't.
a lot different yesterday.
It's the best next solution to try. I agree with that. I don't know that I'm not gonna stamp that it solves everything, but it is the next logical solution. I agree with that part. Yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm
But it
okay
be,
with I'm okay
but it
with
get it be easier though because if you're not gonna blitz Reed, because if you blitz Reed, I'm just gonna throw KD in the middle and we go from there. If you put Reed at the point guard, they don't blitz at the top, and now you can run what you want to run. If you constantly got KD bringing the ball up the court, they're going to continue doing the same thing that they doing. You're not going to put Reed in the middle to make the decision. You're going to put DFS bum ass or Atari, who no, they're not all the way there. So maybe if you
The
okay,
problem will
cool,
be when they're
you
fully healthy. The problem will be when they're fully healthy, and I agree with that. Is the other side of the ball. Their late game
who?
defense already hasn't been good. So you put another
And
bad
they,
defender on the court.
but
That's
that's
not
what it
gonna.
is though, Jordan. They already ain't
That's
stopping nobody. They
they
might
ain't
as well get
stopping
some good
nobody
offense on the
anyway.
other
So what's the
side.
difference? Win
That's
something, win
cool.
one side of the ball. Try to
Yeah,
put
yeah,
yourself in
that's
position to win
That
one
I
of them, one or
that
the other.
okay.
you not wrong. But we're
I
talking
mean,
about this game
but
though.
their identity is I hear y'all, but their identity is what side of the ball, and
That identity
I'm
went
never
out the
I'm never.
door. That identity went out the door a little bit to start the season when you lost
Uh huh.
Dylan, a whole lot of that. And then on top of that, once you lost Steven Adams and then you lost Fred, so a lot of
I'm not
that
gonna lie,
identity is
y'all
gone.
might not have an identity then, brother, because if y'all
And that
identity is
might be
not
the
defense,
case. And that
yeah,
might
because
be the
if
case.
y'all identity is defense,
Shit, you right.
I hate
I ain't
to
gonna
hate
lie,
to
Jay,
tell
you
hate to
right.
tell y'all do not have y'all will not have an offensive identity this season. I can promise you that. If that's what y'all are
I don't
leaning
give
on,
a
y'all not
damn
gonna
Nah,
get
about
nowhere.
that. But at least shoot all your
but with
bullets. That's
Reed,
my
they
point.
offense do look a
Shoot all
lot
your
better
bullets.
though.
Yeah. Shoot all your
When
bullets. Don't
Reed's
leave
on the
bullets in the
court
tank.
though,
Well, I ain't
they
gonna play
offense.
that. Well, the defense ain't good. It ain't as good as it has
So
been.
you
You
put
can't.
him in. So what's the closing line of Reed? I'm in KD and who
Get
else?
Tari off the court. Reed for Tari.
You could put a Kogi in there. You could put Capella in there to go with that. I don't give a fuck. But all I know is you can't, when you know you need a point guard, you know you need shooting, you know you need a little bit more playmaking, and you got a dude over there and you just refuse to play him
It's
because he don't really
for
fit the
sure.
mold that you like as a defender. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being
I know.
stubborn.
I hear
That's
you,
being
and
stubborn.
you just might, and you might not have the coach. You probably don't have the coach to deal with it. I just saying like it's a balance.
No, it's
Like I
both.
know
It's both. It's both.
down
It's
the
both,
stretch of that
Jordan.
game,
You already said it.
we already got all the shots we wanted. So it's like Reed out there for even longer.
Y'all was both breaking y'all ass off out there.
But the difference is we were running what we wanted and we got every shot we wanted. They didn't know
Yeah,
what the fuck they
yeah.
were doing.
Y'all was
That's the
missing
difference.
wide open shots.
Yeah,
They
and
were
in the
just
first half, we got what we wanted. So I mean, and again, a simple adjustment could have switched that shit back up again.
Yeah,
So in the
but
first half, we
y'all
were
getting
getting
what
what we wanted
y'all
as
getting,
yeah. They
well.
and I'm
did
not saying that means y'all
adjust
would
for
have.
y'all adjustment.
Yeah.
I get it, man. It's whack a mole, man. That's all. That's all it is. My fault, is I ain't know.
No, you good.
That's
You
it.
good, brother. You good, brother.
Yeah.
I told
Yeah.
OG last night. I'm gonna tell you who's supposed to be in that spot, and that's a detriment to him because he can play that role if he had a little mini jumper. Amin should have had 30 fucking points yesterday. That's what he
Mm-hmm.
gonna do.
Yeah. Speak on this. That's a
Amin, I
Mm-hmm.
don't. If Amin, that's supposed to be Amin calling card, bro. Amin could have easily had 30 points in that game because if you send two, I throw Amin to the middle. If you play back, I got a floater, I got a push shot, I got a mid range. If you come up, I'm blowing right by you for a layup or a dunk, or I'm putting Jabari. If you want to say who in the dunker spot, I'm going Jabari. Jabari athletic enough to play that position. You put then you can go your shooter with Reed on the wing. You got the shooter right there. You put DFS in the fucking corner. DFS should not be involved with that at all. He should be posted in the corner. Reed, Amin, and Jabari. That's who I'm rocking out with in these actions. DFS, you just if this motherfucker come to you, you fire. That's all we need you to do. The
And see,
fact they had
I'm doing the flip. Same lineup, but I'm putting Reed in the middle. Reason being, Reed can turn around, make the jump shot. Reed can make a decision with the ball. I'm putting a man in the dunker spot. I'm putting Jabari in the corner to stretch that third man out that's on the bottom, and I'm putting DFS or whoever else in on that other corner over there. But I want a man catching and finishing. I want Reed catching, either shooting it or making a decision with the ball, and I want Jabari on that wing over there where I can kick that ball out over there. And he can make a shot over there. I don't know if I want Almond right there because then I want Reed on the court. And I think I can get exactly what you're saying with as far as the shooting, the catching and finishing, and then having another shooter in that same strong side corner, and I'm good. But I got a decision maker with the ball. I don't want Almond right there having to take a shot. I want Reed taking a shot. I don't want Almond right there making a decision. I want Reed making a decision. I want Almond catching and finishing.
Oh
I want
shit!
Jabari shooting,
OG,
and I want whoever else in the other corner
I was
shooting.
about to tell you something in the chat.
OG, but LeBron was free safety in that predicament. So if you have Reeve, you don't think he's just gonna pluck it when
So he gonna have to
KD?
play one. He gonna have to play one. So I catch right there. You gonna play middle, and if you give me a little bit of space, I can make the 15 foot all day. You come up, then I got him Almond in the dunker spot. He gonna have to decide on one of them. If I make the jump shot, he gonna have to cheat up. And as soon as he cheat up, I'm dunking down right there with a dunk.
Yeah,
okay.
Tez, it was. Just real quick. So F step away. It's this is just
What
quick
was
quick quick.
hold on. But was we right? Was we wrong?
I can't remember what we said because Yaxon made first team.
So we was wrong. We had Yax on second. Okay. Who is
Yeah,
it?
Yaxon and JT made first team.
Okay, so they gave the JT good. Okay.
Yeah, Cam, AJ, A Cuff,
I'm here on
Yaxon,
my phone real
JT.
quick.
So we got 4 out of 5 though. We good. Well,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
yep.
But
That's
yeah, though.
dope.
Yeah. With Twin saying though, when you got Brian playing that kind of free safety role, bro, I want size right there, bro. I get what you're
Exactly. That's
saying,
what I'm
but
saying.
I need 6'7" playing that, bro. I don't need 6'3" playing that, 6'2" playing that. I want Reed to catch and fire, bro. Like just catch it and fire. That's all I want him to do. And DFS in the other corner, you catch and fire. Ahmed Thompson supposed to be playing that role, bro. And you can
Yeah,
see
but
in some
y'all talking about what he should be doing. I'm talking about who he is today. I'm talking about who he is today. Based on who he is today, I'm not putting him in that role.
I
Based on
still,
who he is today. In a perfect world, yes,
I still don't
where
know
he
if I.
should be, where
I
he
still
should
don't
be
know if I
catch.
want Reed there, bro. That's what I'm. I still don't know if I want that there, bro. I need the high low got to be some size. If you gonna run, because that's basically what we're saying. That's basically a fucking high low play. You come up, I dump down. You stay back, I shoot the jumper. Man, you gotta have a floater, bro. Like you gotta give me something, bro. Like
Yeah, but
I
you
won't.
again, you talking about what he should be, and I'm not talking about what he should be. I'm talking about who he is today. And if I'm LeBron, 6'8", fast, can play free safety, I'm not coming up at him at the free throw line. Yesterday on March 16th, I'm not playing him at the free throw line. Shoot it. I dare you to shoot it. That's what I'm saying. So now, guess what? Now I can play Jabbar. I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna get the layup though. But I'm gonna take the lesser of two evils. I dare you to shoot it. And guess what's gonna happen? So now we playing right into their hands. You put a shooter right there who can make a decision with the ball. I get you there. He go out. Yes, the better I shoot, the more he got to close out. The more I bring him away from the basket. And yes, now I can either high, low, down, whatever I need to do to get him the ball right there to catch and finish. But right now, if you put Amon right there, I can play two and I'm not closing out. I'm sitting right in the paint. I dare you to shoot it, nigga. I don't believe it. I dare you to. Now, if you want to talk about what Ahmed should be, he should be able to
That's
make the
what we
shot.
said. That's what we
Yeah,
saying though,
yeah.
OG. That's on him though.
That's
Like
what
you
we're
can't.
exactly.
That's what we're
Okay,
saying.
so you're gonna put him in that
I'm
position, and
not
you
saying
know,
we're not saying you're wrong. I told you like I'm not saying you're wrong, but goddamn, bro, you can't like two dribbles flow. Like you can't give me that. Like you come like, bro,
he
I
can't.
don't know.
He
I
can't
don't know.
consistently today. He can't consistently today. So what? So now what?
So
We're
that's
gonna
on
force it.
him.
Okay, so but as a coach, I got to do what's best, but from a personnel standpoint, I'm not gonna put him in that position. Hey, you supposed to be. That's the same thing like putting DFS in a position to make a play with the ball. You supposed to be able to make a play with the ball.
Yeah.
What says who?
You know we there. You know I'm there. It could have shit. You don't got the personnel, but yesterday it could have been any fucking body but DFS. Like anybody. Like that shit you could have threw fucking Jabari right there.
Man, you
They
could have
had
put
DFS
Glenn Capella right there. It would have been the
like
same shit as putting DFS right there.
DFS was too involved, bro. He was too fucking involved. Like nigga, the Lakers want you to nigga, you can't pass. So therefore, like we gonna come up, you can't make the pass, and nigga, you know we living with the shot, so you can shoot that motherfucker all you want. Like we're gonna live, but the Lakers dictated the whole thing, bro. They literally.
I guess the only thing, and it's dumb, but the only thing I can think his thinking was because who was on the court? It was DFS, KD, Reed at the end. Who was on the court at the end?
Amen.
Amin
And
and
Jabari. They had Jabari in there.
yeah. So
But they had that's what I'm saying. They had Jabari. Jabari was never involved though. Like
Yeah, he was in the
Jabari was
corner.
I guess he
was
didn't want Jabari
posted.
making the decisions in the middle though. That's probably why he wasn't there.
Man, that nigga was watching the game
Man,
like that.
bro,
That nigga don't know
and
what
that's
he
true.
wants.
That's true. That's true. You don't want Jabari making those
But
decisions.
but
But
DFS
nigga,
is not. But DFS
but that Jordan, that's what
it's a
I'm
trade
saying,
off
brother.
because DFS can't make while Jabari can't make decisions. He can make the shot. DFS can't make the
Man,
shot though.
brother, it's
So
Amen. That's what like it's supposed to be Amen.
no, it's definitely supposed to be Armin right there.
Like nigga, they had Jabari was no threat because he posted in the corner. Posted. Like
Yeah.
you got Reed on the wing. Like man, it
Man,
could have
I'm
been
not even. I'm
it
not.
could have
You
been
wouldn't
anybody.
even. This shouldn't even be a conversation.
Yeah, it's supposed
Because
to be
at the
Armin because like to the thing. I guess his thinking would be it's weird because his thinking I guess would be like he's trying to keep things spaced. But if
this
you're trying
shit,
to
man.
do that, then you would have DFS in the corner. You have Armin in the middle. But again, Armin can't make the fucking shot.
No, but
Bro, I'm
the
living with that,
problem
bro.
is take it one
You have
step
to put
further.
him in that spot to just make him shoot, bro. Like
Well,
The
it's too late.
problem
maybe
It's too
is
late
shoot
in the
the
season for
floater.
that, bro.
this is the problem though. This is the problem. We shouldn't be having this conversation. Like it should have taken two times for you to time out. Get off the ball. I don't need you bringing the ball up. Let me put Reed in the game. We finna start you away from the ball because we want you in a catch and shoot type of situation. But the problem is the nigga has nothing in his bag, so he sat there and watched the game just like a fan. Just sitting there playing some old high school ass, elementary ass offense that's broke based on the personnel. So the problem is we shouldn't even be having this conversation. If I understand, I'm watching the game as a coach, and I say, okay, damn, they trapping him as soon as he crosses half court. Okay, we got to get him off the ball. KD basically said what I'm saying right now in the press conference after the game. And I respect him for not wanting to call Ime out, and he put it on himself and said, I need to be better. I'm the offense. He really had to catch himself from saying, I shouldn't have been on the ball so many times, 15 fucking
Yeah,
times in a
yeah.
row, allowing them to take the
Yeah.
ball out of my hands.
He was getting trapped half court some of the time. Some of the time he wasn't getting trapped straight across half court though, and those are the times where I put a little bit more blame on him. But
So
he
what? So
was
what was the offense? Let him bring the ball up the court and just go one on
no.
one from the full court.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. But there's a few times where he like you could see the double coming and he didn't know what to do with it. Like he didn't know he backed away all the way back towards half court and
And I'm not taking no
it
blame
was a
from him
wrap.
off that. I don't. I mean, if I'll point the finger at him. But my point is, why is he in that position?
No,
Why is he bringing
for
the
sure.
ball up the court? And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
comes
and
first. That comes before any
that's why I
trap.
said match made in hell. That's why I said
That
match
comes
made in
before
hell.
any trap. So I'm not putting him in that position. I see what they're doing, and I'm just gonna sit there and watch it over and over and over
But
and
but
over again.
but a thing you do gotta admit though, yes, the counters gotta be there. Like you gotta in game adjust, bro. That's what you gotta do. But at the same time though, it is also a personnel thing too. So you kind
Yeah.
of gotta it go hand in hand. It ain't all Ime. He get some blame for that little bullshit he did last night, but it's also a personnel thing too though, bro. You
Yes,
just
yeah.
if you telling me Almond can't go to the fucking middle, bro, and operate right there and get a fucking push shot or a
He's
floater,
not an NBA player.
you have a personnel problem. He don't.
Yeah, he's not an NBA player if he can't do that.
Like you can't. Come on, that nigga. That ain't even fit, bro. That ain't even 15 feet. That's 10.
And we don't even know. And I'm saying, for me, what I'm saying is, we disagreeing on who you would put there. I'm putting Reed there. Now we can argue that, or we can agree to disagree. Because I think that's a better option than Norman right
But
there.
LeBron
Now,
is the free safety. He's doing the
I already
3-on-2.
talked about that. I already told you what I would do with that and why I thought that. But if we can agree to disagree there. And I'm not saying Ahmed, but Ahmed wasn't never even put in a position to do that. So it ain't that I know Tez, it sounds like you saying he can't do it. We don't know if he can or can't. Now to me, my better option is Reed because of what I said. I like his ability to shoot right there and make a decision with the ball. More so than I like Ahmed's. You like Ahmed for the size. I like Reed for the skill. So I mean, we can agree to disagree there.
I think some of it. I think some of who would be more effective in that scenario would depend on like how quickly the double comes and how quickly the pass to get to the 4-on-3 comes as well. Because if it comes if the pass comes and like Brian can press up on like it has enough time to get up on Reed, the fact that the backside might be open don't matter as much because the nigga's 6'8" and the other nigga's 6'2", so he's up on him. So it's not gonna be as easy for him to get that pass off.
And that's just something I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see. Now, if he's
Yeah.
adjusting like that and he closing out that quick, okay, then yeah, we
It
move
just
around.
depends on how quick. Yeah, it's a lot of it's factors in that depending on how the double comes, how quickly the pass from the double comes, how quickly the Brown comes up, how close he close. Like it's factors involved in that. I can see it both ways.
The Lakers did some good shit though because it wasn't always early. Like it wasn't always an
The
early
double. You talking about the
double.
double? Yeah, no, the doubles was coming from
It wasn't
yeah.
always early. Sometimes they let one or two passes go
Yeah.
just to make you think we're just gonna play all out man. After those two passes, we're jumping, and you
I
don't even
did
see the
like
shit.
that too, though,
You
Tez. That was
you don't
definitely
you
a
don't you
good
don't even
peak.
see the shit coming. So at that point, like I said, these are real people. You can't. It's hard to just anticipate that fucking fast in a live game. Like in a live game action, it's hard to really
They
just.
didn't even bring it every time. They didn't even fully bring the second guy up
They
to
was in
KD
help
every
though.
time.
They were in
They
heavy
were
For
help.
sitting
sure, for
all in
sure.
help. Like it's
No.
over help.
I'm just saying the coverage. It was nuances. Like a lot of the time. It wasn't the same. Here we about to come double. Look at me. It wasn't the same shit
And this
every time.
kind of do go to the OG point. All that shit, either like you said, either it came early, it came late, or sometimes it didn't come, but we playing heavy gap. All this shit is pre-planned, bro.
Yeah.
The Rockets had nothing for it. They didn't know when it was coming. They didn't know where it was gonna be at. They didn't know
What
shit,
goes
bro.
back to E-Man.
And KD just out that motherfucker looking like he don't even know how to play basketball.
Yeah, that was
Like
bad, bro.
But
that
that's
shit was
on
That's why
bad,
I'm
personnel
bro.
blaming.
too.
And
And
then
that's
That's
on
why
and
I'm
then
blaming
hold on,
personnel
hold on,
too,
hold on.
KD,
And then
gang.
bro.
Because
and then in some
no matter
hold on,
what E
and
may
then
doing
one
out
thing.
there, KD been in the league too long for that to happen, gang. That was
For
terrible.
And
what?
for me, what I saw
Those
was
passes
how
that he was just throwing off people's feet and just throwing it to double, like that shit was terrible.
Well, the
what I
eight
Like,
the
saw, and
eight
that
second
that was
you know
violation
what
terrible.
as
that
well.
tells
He
me.
got rattled. He got rattled.
Yeah, he was too rattled.
You know what that translates to me. I'm pouting right now. I'm really trying to send a message to coach. I'm pouting right now, but I don't want to say. And
Nah,
this
you
is what
give
I
them
told
I
too
you
much of
last
an
night.
out.
This
Nah,
OG,
what
you
OG,
give them too much of an
OG, OG, OG.
it,
I don't know about that because I've seen that happen to
Yeah,
KD.
he's done that before.
okay. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying is, this is what I told Tez last night. I put some of this on KD too because you've been playing too long in the league not to go tell your coach, even if you got to get into an argument with him. Say, man, do you have anything else? They taking the ball out of my hand. I can't do shit with the motherfucker. You've been in the league and you got enough clout to be able to have seen certain things to where even if you see your coach don't have an adjustment for it. Coach, what about this? Coach, can we try this? I ain't see none of that. I just saw him sitting down there like a first year player. So I'm not
OG.
putting it all on because I think that's the coach's job. That's what coaches get paid to do: analyze the game, and make adjustments in between. And he did none of that. I'm not taking that nigga. That was absolutely the most atrocious half of basketball from a coach's standpoint that I've seen on any level, high school, college, or 10 and under AAU. That is the most atrocious shit I've ever seen in my life.
The
Atrocious.
thing, the thing is with the doubles when I was watching, like it was kind of, it's kind of hard for them to catch a rhythm to see when they were gonna do it, when they were gonna do it, essentially. So I don't know. I feel like in that instance, like that's more so on like Kevin Durant to kind of like read and react type of situation. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But
I'm not putting him in that position. My
when,
simple
when,
fix
Nah,
is I'm
when,
not putting him in
Tez
that position
explained
to get
it.
trapped.
Tez explained it pretty well. They staggered a lot of those blitzes. Like it wasn't just every time just blitz off jump. Like they did do
It was late in the
pretty good job
clock
of staggering the
mostly.
blitzes.
They was
Yeah,
in the zone and then they
I want to say mostly. It was all 50-50, bro. It was just every and you can see sometimes the Rockets didn't even know who the fuck was supposed to go to the middle. Like you seen Ahmed hesitate to go there, you seen DFS to hesitate to go there, you see
And that's the
Jabari
problem.
hesitate to go there,
That's the
and it's just
problem.
like, bro, this is terrible, bro. Like this on any level, that was the worst shit I ever fucking seen, bro. The worst
That was
shit.
at the very least, we all should be on one accord as far as who's going middle. To your point, by the time nigga figured out that okay, oh, I'm supposed to be in the middle, and now you get the ball. Now you late because the trap is hard and he can't get out of it, or now you late up against the shot clock. That's all to me, and I'm not trying to give no players bail, but it starts with the design of the scheme has to be in place. We have to understand what because this ain't just regular old pick and roll drive kick type shit. It was beyond that, but it was simple enough where you should have been able to poke holes all in that shit. Even if your simple adjustment was okay, get off the ball. Now let's see what they're gonna do. Now take that. Let's take that away from them. You get off the ball. And if I'm the player, I would have coached. Why am I
Y'all
bringing the
didn't do that
ball
at
up?
all.
Huh?
I feel like y'all didn't do that at all. I feel like y'all did that for a couple possessions down the stretch. Y'all kind of started KD a bit off the ball. Maybe I'm tripping now.
I
I
think
don't
I
know.
may
Yeah,
remember one possession where he
there was
came
one or
they,
off
they
some
were
two.
bullshit
fronting
ass
him, I
shit.
think. I could
There
hold on,
was
let me
one.
pull it up.
There was one.
It was
There was
one
one. There was
possession.
one or two
But the
possessions.
thing about even when y'all do start him off the ball, like everybody at the end of the day, everybody knows it's KD or bust. So it's like you can start him off the ball. I'm still gonna like once he gets it, I'm still gonna blitz. Like you feel me? Like it
If
got
you
to a
want to
certain
free
point
That,
him
where
that,
it's
up,
like
that's what they was doing. The one on the left wing, I think that's the one y'all talking about. The turnover that he got on the left wing. They started him off the ball, but he was coming from the block and he wrapped around to the wing. And soon as he got the ball, they trapped his
I
ass.
trapped
think.
him
Like
I think
it
again.
the
was.
one. I
They
think the
trapped him
one
again.
where. I think the one where he missed like the threes on the right wing. I didn't
he
Reed
missed
start
three
with the
straight
ball.
threes.
It was like two or three. I think Reed
Yeah, I know
started
what
with
you're
the
talking
ball, didn't he? Someone could correct me if I'm wrong. That possession up the court.
about.
I think that
Reed
might
Oh,
have
I
been
know
the
which
one.
one you're talking about, but I don't know how it initiated. I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
how
I
it
think.
initiated.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he started off the ball in that position. I think Reed had the ball. We threw like a fake double. Adam. I can't remember what happened after that, but y'all got a few offensive rebounds, but y'all just couldn't make a fucking shot. I do think outside of I don't know what y'all talked about from the game. I do think outside of the late game stuff for y'all, I do question if the rebounding mark and again, this is not to say anything bad because it's almost like you could say with us, well, if you guys don't do this right because it's your strength, but one of y'all strengths is the rebounding, right? If that margin is not a certain extent, I feel way less confident about y'all in a series versus us just because.
That went out the window with Steven. That rebounding gap
Well, no,
is
I
going.
think you can still have a margin over us, though. I'm not even talking about to that extent. I still think you can still have a good margin rebounding over us, but I'm saying like you have to though.
And and,
Like,
and 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 one other thing about last night is y'all clown my dude a whole bunch last night, but it made it very easy for you to be able to run a double without Sengun out there as
oh yeah,
well.
but yeah, Single makes
Yeah,
a difference.
yeah. So that
Yeah, I
made
said
you.
that.
Yeah,
But he
I
also,
said Goon would have had
but
the
him
ball out
not
of
being
KD's hands a
there,
little bit more.
y'all defense was way more versatile. Him not being out there as well, the switching, flying
Yeah, they were
around, it was
yeah.
way more chaotic. If he's out
even the
there,
rotations on the blitz because they blitzed Luca and then they got there
yeah.
on the backside.
And I'm glad you brought that up. That's the last thing I want to bring. Y'all ain't got shit for him. Y'all don't have
For
nothing for
who?
him. Luca, y'all don't
Oh,
have nothing for him.
well, see, we can talk about that. So the design last night was you saw who was guarding him, right? I know because to me, and that made sense. That was the one smart thing that nigga did last night. I'm not
Uh,
gonna put Armin on him because regardless if I put Armin on him or not, he's still gonna get 25 to 30 anyway. So instead
yeah.
of me having Armin chasing him the whole game, let's shut Reeves down, and we did that. So you have to give up
Did
one.
you?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah, I think so. We slowed him down
I
enough.
mean,
We
he
slowed it
missed
down enough for it to be a game without one of our main guys.
OG, he
Yes,
missed
yes.
5 or 6 wide open threes. I don't know if that's shutting him down. He shot well from two. I don't
Yeah, but
know.
if I'm
I don't.
disrupting you, all night, that contributes to your misses sometimes, right? If I'm always in you and you can't get
Yeah,
comfortable
yeah, for
all night,
sure.
that contributes to your
I'm
misses.
just saying
Whether they
shut down. I wouldn't. I think if you ran that same game plan back, I'm just saying I wouldn't bank on him going 0 for 8, even if it's 2 for 8, which is still underperforming. We will if Luca's playing that well and Reeves goes what 7 for 18, 8 for 18, we'll live. Like we'll be cool. We'll be all
and
right.
and to me, and here's the thing. So for me, when you talk about stopping, you ain't stopping nobody that's a high level scorer in the NBA. You can slow them down, and that's all you're trying to do.
No, I'm
You just
saying I
trying to
don't
slow.
think you
You
can
don't
take
want them
away
to get.
either.
You don't want them to get consecutive buckets to where they start getting in the groove. And I don't think Reeves was in the groove all night. And I know Amin had a whole lot to do with that. And I think that was by design. If I'm gonna take my lesser of two evils, I know I can't stop Luca. I got a pretty good chance of slowing this guy down. And I think we did that last night. So much so that we had a chance to win the game late, with the exception of some terrible offense. So for me, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that game plan from a defensive standpoint. Matter of fact, I would do that again because I ain't trying to wear Armin out on something that's gonna get 30 anyway. He gonna get 30 anyway.
It's not about stopping Luca, but I don't even think y'all made it look that difficult on him. That was my
No,
thing.
because
Like
that's what I'm saying. My best defender is Armin. And I think if we really wanted to try to make it a point to try to stop Luca or slow Luca, then I think we would have been had Armin on it. But I think we chose Reeves
I
instead.
don't. I hear you. I don't know, bro. Like because like he's the kind of dude where it's like, okay, Luca, go beat us. He can do it. He's one of those dudes that can go do that though.
Well, if you saying we didn't stop Luca and Luca, but who does? Like who doesn't Luca get
No,
30 points
I'm
on?
not saying stop him. I'm just saying slow him. Like
Who
OKC
slows him
slows
down though?
him.
Who slows him down?
OKC slows him. Like
Okay, and who else?
their team. I think some of the better defensive teams in the league. They can make it more difficult. You know, like he had to work yesterday for real. Like he was getting whatever he wanted,
And that's
and
okay.
I
And
was
that's cool. You
surprised at
talking
that, to
about
be
one
honest.
team that can slow him down, but that goes to my point. So nobody slows him down anyway. You talking about one really, really good
Yeah,
defensive
but
team.
those teams that also can't slow them down, they might not be making the playoffs too, or they might not win a series versus us as well. Like that's what I'm saying. It's an issue.
Who you
Like yeah,
talking
you can
about?
say
You talking about Denver? You talking about Minnesota? Who you talking about?
yeah, a lot of those teams in the mid pack in the West, that's where we have a chance against them because it's like if you can't even make him work, then that's an issue because he's not just gonna score. If you're not stopping him from getting to his spots or knocking him off at anything, it's gonna open up him scoring and assisting.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen him enough because I ain't seen too many teams, if any, slow him down to
No,
that
you're right.
point.
I'm just saying that's if you
He's
can't do it,
always in
that's a
control of
problem.
what he wants to do when I watch him.
That goes to who he is as a player though. If you can't do it, that's a problem. You have a good chance to lose that night. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's
Go ahead. My fault.
no, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know about the Luka thing because Luka gonna kind of like Luka type of player. His playmaking open up his scoring, like or his scoring to open up the playmaking. He just that gifted of a player itself. But I think last night he missed some shots, but I do think they kind of did. They contained Reeves the best that they can do. I will say that. I don't think. I think the bumps and all that shit trying to get to the rim. I do
Yeah.
think that kind of took a toll on Reeves last night. Now later in the game is when he started missing all them open ass threes. That
Yeah.
like you said, I don't know if you can bank on that. Like I think even like you said, like I told you last night. You can miss, but you can't miss them all. You feel what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
can't
And
go
it
0
seemed
for
like
8. Yeah.
and it seemed like he
He
missed
went
all
0
of
of
them.
5 on wide open, uncontested catch and shoot
So
threes.
let's say okay, 5 or 6. I'd take 2 for 6, nigga, because you didn't miss them
Yeah,
all.
2 for
Like
6 is
I
fine. Yeah.
could take that. So I
Yeah.
do think OG point is valid in that standpoint. They contained him the best that they could the best that they can be because I
But
think the defense.
that also feeds into the only reason because y'all kind of goes to what I'm saying too though. Like if Luka's going for 36 on 14 or 27 and Reeves is giving you 20 on 7 of 18 or 8 for 18, I'm good with that. Like they
agree.
combine to average
I
30
agree.
points on good efficiency. I'm okay. Like
I agree.
okay, but you contain Reeves, cool. Like okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what your counter is. Like, who's gonna stop? Nobody makes shit hard for Luca. Who like
But
you?
that's
You
I know
OKC?
you preaching to the you
OKC?
preaching,
Well, that's the
but
one team though.
you're preaching to the choir. That's kind of my point though. Like that's why I think a series. That's why I think a series would be fascinating, like between these two teams, because if you can't do anything to slow down the best player, who's a top 3-4 player in the world, then that's already going to give us a floor of a certain amount of chance. Then it comes down to what level can you slow down the other guy, the second
Well,
guy, and
at the
I
same
don't think it's
time,
going to
then
be to that extent last night. Like you said, I don't.
well, then I'm feeling good about my chances then. And before I had this conversation with you, I wasn't. But
What do you mean?
if that if that's a great game from Luca and you okay with that Reeves,
No, that's a
then
normal
I'm
game from
missing,
Luca.
huh?
That's a normal game from Luca. That's not even like a.
Okay, so a normal game from Luca, and you
Yeah.
okay with that? And I'm missing my second best scoring option, a guy that wouldn't allow y'all to do what you did a lot in that second half last night, and it was
Mm-hmm.
still a 1 point game the whole time. Shit, I like shit.
That
I
sounds
mean,
good. That sounds
I'm
good.
missing.
It
I'm
sounds
missing
like
20 and 10. I'm missing 18 and
but
10
one
from
plus
last
one don't
night.
always equal 2. 1 plus 1
All right,
don't, and
well, I mean, shit. I don't know.
1 plus 1 because it's the other end of the court, and the offense for us
Your
gets
guy got your
easy.
guy. So now my guy don't play defense, but your guy don't play defense either.
No, I'm talking about sing. I'm talking about. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm talking about Luca and Sengun. They don't want to play defense.
Luka's been playing defense.
Oh, you
No, but
talking about just okay? All
throw
right.
him out. Throw him out as I don't care about him as a defender, but what's the point you're making with that though?
I'm just saying, like you said, you were saying that there's the other side of the ball, like as if your guy puts up points
The
and
area,
plays defense. Your
yeah,
guy
yeah.
puts
I
up
just don't
points and
know
don't
that
play
the
defense.
areas. I just don't know the areas that Nguna going to be operating from, and Luca, quote unquote, not playing defense. I don't know. And I'm saying I really don't know. I'm not saying one way or the other. I don't know Sengun and what he takes away from your defense by being out there versus what he provides to your offense by being out there. I don't know how that's going to play out on a game-to-game basis.
I don't know about. I mean, I think that gets overblown, taken away from a defensive standpoint, because you got your guy out there. It's one guy out there. We really don't even have to guard. That's your big center out there. Like he's self-check. He gonna take care of himself. So you don't
Well,
really. You
he's still
don't
check
really
again.
have.
You talking about Ace?
Eden?
Yeah, he's
Well, I
self-check.
ain't go. Well, this was. I mean, and shout out to all y'all. Like y'all make some good points on both sides. So I ain't gonna like really trying. I ain't gonna regurgitate like anything that y'all said already. I was gonna say some of the same stuff. But nah. Shout out JJ. You say that about Aiden OG, and that was the case for 3 quarters, which is kind of my knock against him. Like, you can't do this Clint Capella shit, and you literally is jump ball against this nigga, and
I
you
couldn't
pretty
tell
much
which one was Clint Capella.
you over for 3 quarters. But with that being said, JJ went back to him to close that game out, and he closed that whole out. Like, he was a big part of why they was able to close it out. A big part
And
of it. Because
and
I'm saying
I
to
think a
my
lot of that has real quick, just my count. I
yeah,
think
go,
a lot of
like,
that
go ahead.
has to do with that Clint Capella wasn't even on the game or Sengun wasn't in the game. So it made it very easy for him to
But
get
this
Those
the
are
thing.
two different
rebounds.
types of bigs, though. Those are two different
But
types
yeah,
of bigs.
Yeah,
Capella
yeah,
my
and
and
point is
Sengun.
there was no big. My point is there
OG,
was
but
no
this the
bigs, right?
OG, but this the thing
And we
though,
couldn't
y'all.
shoot.
I know you was kind of speaking against him to a certain degree, but y'all look y'all best when y'all went small. I know Dorian Finney-Smith wasn't hitting shots, but and I don't like putting everything in the box plus minus. I don't bring it up too often, but it is worth looking at, from time to time. He really is. It's a reason in a game like that, and as much as he played, he led y'all with I think a plus 11, if I'm not mistaken. Like that matters. Y'all when y'all went small, that's when shit got real ugly for the Lakers. On top of them just missing open shots. So you put in a Clint Capella and respect Sengun. We know what Sengun gonna bring, offensively, but that gives Reeves the opportunity to go off because you know the type of coverage Clint Capella gonna play, which is drop. Like like y'all brought a Reed Shepard. That's somebody. Even when he was in the game, he was getting hunted. But down the stretch, Reeves have a better opportunity to probably go off or get a rhythm when you throw in somebody that's not as versatile defensively. So like it's whack-a-mole. That's why I was gonna like come on the mic and say earlier. Like you throw in a Reed in terms of offense, but like Jordan was saying, that
Mike went out.
He cut out.
my fault. I got a car. But yeah, it's whack-a-mole. You throw in Reed, you throw in a Clint Capella. That gives Reeves the opportunity to eventually get in rhythm on offense because you know the type of defense that they gonna play. Reeves can attack Reed Shepard just in ISO, and he gonna attack Clint Capella and drop. That's just what it was. So when like going back to Aiden, I was saying to myself, I'm like, bruh, why just don't put Aiden back in the game if you just gonna be playing off of this player, that player? You might as well just close with Aiden. And sure enough, as soon as I said to myself, he put Aiden in the game. Aiden come in, get off. Now I'm thinking, no, I don't know if it's an offensive rebound or what, but it was that no, I think they might have blitzed Luka at the top, and Marcus Smart like waved him to sprint all the way to the goal, like because he was trotting, doing what he liked to do. Marcus Smart was like sprint, and they blitzed Luka. Luka hit Marcus Smart, and Marcus Smart hit a quick pass to Aiton, and that was a key bucket down the stretch. So it's just like Aiton, was over for 3 quarters, but he showed up big when JJ put him back in the game, and I think that's big in regards to gaining JJ trust. But yeah, that in regards to the Rockets, bro. I mean, I'm with you. Ime, yeah, you know what I've been saying. I always said about Ime from an offensive minded standpoint as a coach, but it's twofold. Like y'all have bad offensive personnel. Like that just is what it is. And then you add in the head of the snake, who's always for the most part, especially here recently, struggle with double teams. That that that's
He
that,
got a
that
better process than Kawhi though. That's what you told me.
I never said that. I never said he had better processing than that was processing was. Hey, stop coming off the mic and
Okay,
interrupting
my
me
fault. My
saying
fault
Wait,
shit.
then. Yeah.
wait, Byron,
So
you ain't say
with
that. He been saying you said that for the last 3 days.
bro, he tween
Nigga? We if it
stop.
wasn't
Just that's
Byron,
cool,
my
bro.
fault then.
Yeah, nah, it's cool, bro. So so like with KD has always struggled with that. Like when if it wasn't ideal for him offensively, more often times than not, he's gonna struggle when the team literally is selling out to like take him out the game. He's gonna struggle at that. And I think down the stretch in the game like that, you like that's like I'm almost I ain't gonna say just yet that the Lakers will beat them because I still maybe pick Houston because it looked like even throughout that game that the athleticism and all of that was looked like it's about to, take over the game and the Lakers possibly was about to lose. And
No,
all they
it
pretty
def
much
it
did.
it it, de- it definitely did. It definitely did.
Yeah, I'm like,
But
up,
they
here
but
we
they
go.
couldn't
Here we
but they
go.
couldn't
Lack of athleticism.
They couldn't make shots, so
it didn't offset.
Right, exactly. So it's just
But
like, bro,
but
you
but
like you
I hear y'all with that. But it wasn't that they just didn't make shots. They missed 13 straight shots. Like it's a
nah,
middle
yeah, it
ground
was
in there.
bad. Which that's some on anomaly type shit, Jordan. Like more often than
Yeah,
not,
but
like
you can't
Yeah.
you
somebody
can't
gonna hit some shots.
just
And
like
even Marcus Smart
we
eventually hit a
saying
big one. That's them.
Yeah, just
Hey,
like
bro,
just
I ain't
like
gonna.
we
Hey,
saying with the
boy.
Lakers though. Like
You just like we said
Yeah,
with the Lakers. I don't think you can bank on. I don't think you can bank on that
that's
type of Reeves game
that's why I think the series
tomorrow.
would be
Like,
Right.
fascinating. The series would
yeah,
be
but you got to keep it.
even across the board, gang. You
for
can't
sure.
say,
Yeah,
damn, they missed 13 shots. You think they're gonna miss 13 straight shots again? Like you can't. I'm not saying
yeah.
they won't.
It's
I'm not. You
yeah,
know, I'm not saying they won't, but you
yeah,
can't bet on that though. Like,
yeah. It's
nah.
on both sides, so that's what makes the series. That's what makes the series close to me. I think,
Yeah.
but I do think the
Nigga,
Lakers. I
nigga,
do
that
think the.
series. If you had me on that sideline, that series wouldn't be close. I would whoop the shit
Oh,
out y'all
okay.
with that. I swear I would. I
I
swear.
do think.
I just have
I
an
do
it.
think that they
I don't use
showed.
this word lightly, but I got an idiot on my sideline. I ain't bullshit. When it comes to
Well,
basketball, I'm not gonna call him an idiot from a man standpoint, but when it comes to basketball, I got a complete idiot over there, man. I got
I
an
do.
idiot
I
over
do
there.
think that the Lakers have showed in that game and have continued to show over the past 10 whatever games that the perception that they can't get in the mud with teams is just not true. Like
That's why. That's why this win is like so impressive to me, Jordan. Like this is
this
the
win,
this
the
how
next
this
win,
game
the
went.
Bulls win.
Yeah, how this game went in terms of style. It favored Houston. It was
Yeah,
physical. It was mucky. Like it was some '90s basketball type shit.
I
Like
told
looking,
I told I
and
told
that
OG
style of
last
play,
night.
huh?
I said I told OG that last night, nigga. Y'all
Yeah,
lost to y'all lost to y'all own game.
that was lit. That's a Houston Rocket game that they win more times than not. And OG will probably, I'm pretty sure he said already like Sengun would have made a difference in terms of like mucking it up too. But it's like I say, it's whack-a-mole, bro. Like and like Jordan say, it will be an interesting series. I say that, but
and I
like
do think I think there's a little more scoring upside LeBron has. I'm not gonna say he averaged 25 or nothing, but he can get in the low.
yeah,
I think he has like low 20s upside with the current usage. I think there's another little uptick he can do offensively as well. I know he's
yeah, for
blended in
sure.
right now, but there's a little more he can do.
And
Not like
I
last year, but
and I know this was I know this is like the Rockets and they've struggled all season for the most part in these situations offensively, but JJ been coaching. I don't know if it's JJ. I don't know if it's Nate McMillan because Nate McMillan is like he's known as a defensive mind. But whoever it is, the collective group, defensively with this personnel, they've been coaching their ass off here recently, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because this personnel is ass. Like we've all
yeah.
spoke on,
Yeah.
especially defensively. Like it's not a good defensive team in terms of personnel, and they've been legit finding ways to win games. Like they've been legit coaching their ass off. So
That's why
shout
you
out to
can't like. That's why like games played together matter, and they kept saying it, and it's not like an excuse, but like
yeah,
they
yeah.
they
Oh,
showed it last year before
niggas don't
everybody
want to
got
look at
hurt.
this. Niggas don't
You
want
said what?
to. Some niggas that's been pushing the big three agenda on this team in terms of they numbers together and all that shit. And
Yeah,
they
that's a
they
myth. That's a
don't.
myth. It's a myth. It's a
But
myth. It's
but
a myth.
Yeah, they ain't trying to
me and
revisit
Wiz
that shit
talked
here.
about it. If you notice, they staggered LeBron's minutes to start the second quarter with
Bro, I'm talking
Reed,
about the
and that
minutes when they on court together, bro. That means
no
nothing
no
to
no
me.
no no. I'm just talking about the substitution patterns where I feel like
No,
that's
that's cool, but I'm talking about the minutes when they on court together. They've been good.
with all
Yeah,
three.
yeah,
All
the net.
three.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was being dragged. Like I said on Twitter, it was being dragged down. But yeah, games not played together. And then also if you're gonna put them three on a court together, who you got the other two matter, and the other two was just ass for a while. But when you saw all the lineup data when it's not Eaton and Rui, like it's been a lead, all of it,
Motherfucker
even
Marcus
from the
Smart,
beginning.
dog. That
Yeah,
Marcus Smart is a bro. He is a look. I know
he
you
could,
got
he
to take
good.
and we. Yeah, I know. Ev, I know you probably want to move on, but we can, bro. Look, Marcus Smart, bro. I know you got to take what you get with him because obviously he might shoot you in the foot. He might shoot you in your left toe, but at the end of the day,
Love and
he
trust,
gonna
love and
like
trust.
he gonna still like
Mm-hmm.
bring something to the game
Is that
to
Mish?
probably help win. Hold on, who said that?
Love and
Who that
trust,
was?
love and
Mish is
trust,
talking.
love and trust. Okay.
Wait, what she say?
She said love
Love
and
and
One
trust.
thing,
trust.
one
Nah,
thing
that
I
must
will.
he is too important for this team, bro. And maybe that
I
goes
agree. I agree with that.
that goes to like maybe a negative low key because you would
It
want
is
probably a better version of Marcus Smart and then let him be like this
I
version of
don't
seven.
think it's a
himself,
negative.
like taking it
I
further.
I
don't
don't
I
think
don't
it's a
know if I
negative,
agree
bro.
with that, Brian. I don't
I'm
know if I
gonna
agree
tell
Uh,
you.
with that.
Yeah,
I don't
hold on,
either.
y'all.
I don't either. I'm gonna tell
Because
you why.
no,
because
hold on, let me say this real
Hold on, y'all
quick.
both
well,
I
go.
you
don't
you you, you
I don't
you
because
probably
my
about to say what
thing
I'm about to
is
say.
okay, real quick. My thing is I don't know if we say you just need a better version of a Marcus Smart. It ain't that many niggas out there like Marcus Smart, and I think that's
What?
what gets overlooked way too
Oh,
much when it comes to players.
from an
Like,
intangible standpoint.
yeah, it ain't too many niggas
Yeah.
out there that do that type of shit. Like that's
No,
a
I'm with
valuable.
you
That's
on
what
that.
I've always said. That's a valuable commodity that people just overlook. Like, yeah, man. I understand he makes a bonehead play. I know it's frustrating to watch him sometimes, but that nigga make winning plays, bruh. Winning
Nah, it
plays.
is.
He'll make a big shot if you need it. You swing the ball to him late in the game. He did last night. 2 minutes left. Y'all couldn't
Yeah,
make a shot.
that's
It
why I
was
brought up.
struggling. Got that shot in the corner, knocked that motherfucker down, and he ain't
Yeah,
scared of that. That nigga is that kind of player, man. It
yeah.
ain't pretty. It ain't fancy. It ain't button up. But the shit is effective and it impacts winning. Like that's my kind of nigga, man. I don't understand why
Yeah,
y'all.
Nah,
I don't get it.
and I wanted to
I
add
fuck
real
with
quick
Marcus Smart.
too. I
I
wanted to
love
add
him.
real quick too. The nigga Byron Wright though, like it is like the nigga can go out there and go AWOL. Like that is very true. But when I watch the Lakers, when he in the game, they go off of him. Like the energy goes off
Yeah.
of Marcus Smart,
Hmm.
bro. Like that shit is night and day. Like you can see that, and it's due to the lack of defensive personnel, which is also true. So both things can be true. But when Marcus Smart is in the game, they feed off of bruh. Like he ain't the best. He probably will never ever be the best player in the five that they have on the court. But that what he brings to the team, they feed off of it, bro. Like when he doing all that rah rah shit on defense, the back line is set, the POA is set, and they all moving on one accord. When he not in the game, that shit look bad, bro. Like
Not,
that shit.
not, not, not. Nah, I do you on this, and I agree with everything you just said and OG just said. From Mark Smart from an intangible standpoint, what I said was in regards to like having a better version of him. It was strictly probably just talent. Like you would want somebody ideally like
Agree.
not say
Agree.
don't say gotta be like a J Mac and no shit like that, but somebody that's bigger and like maybe younger to maybe go out there and guard KD out the gate. You know
More
what I mean?
athletic,
Like
more athletic and shit like that.
who?
More athletic and shit
Yeah,
like
more
that.
like a bigger, more athletic wing, ideally, to
Yeah.
pair up with Marcus Smart. A wing that's also a two-way player as well. 'Cause that's what they're gonna go after this offseason. Like a wing that's a two-way player, and then you throw in Marcus Smart alongside him, and then now you cooking with hot grease. So
All
that's
right,
man.
nigga,
But
you better
yeah,
be careful what you ask
you
for.
can't
I'm
teach
gonna give you Jared Vanderbilt
teach
back. You better be
intangibles though.
careful. Be
Wait, what
careful
you say,
what you
OG?
ask for, nigga. I'm gonna give you Jared Vanderbilt back. You can have that, nigga. That's shit.
Vando would have actually been important in this game, to be honest. Like you,
I'm talking about in
That nigga
comparison to
Barrett.
Marcus
That nigga
Smart.
Barrett.
Right.
JJ not fucking with that nigga.
All right, good news
free
is
Vando, man.
Somebody got to get hurt.
Free Vando. They were waiting for him for 2 years. Never mind.
good
Never
news is we
mind.
get
Shut
to
up.
see.
Shut up.
Thanks
Nah,
for
I was
your
on
boy,
mute.
Mish.
Good news is we get to see the Lakers and Rockets play again on
Hi.
Wednesday. Hopefully Sengun is there in that matchup. I think he's questionable, may or may not play in that game. We'll see. We'll see what difference he can have. Last but certainly not least on the slate, we had the Spurs also defeat the Clippers 119 to 115. The Clippers made it pretty good, or tried to make it close in the fourth quarter. After the Spurs went that crazy run in the second quarter, outscored them 37 to 15. Stephon Castle has continued to blossom as a player. Obviously, still need to work on his outside shot, but from a guard with the defense, rebounding, playmaking, and scoring, he brings all of that. He had 23 points last night, 1 for 4 from three, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal. And then Wemby with 5 stocks, 21 points, 13 boards. It's just the Spurs, 18 out of 20. 18, they won 18 out of their last 20 games. Carter Bryant is getting minutes. He's playing more than Harrison Barnes. He played more than Harrison Barnes last night. He'll be even better in year 2 and year 3. The core is amazing. They're 50 and 18. They won 50 games, bro, this season so far. There's still 14 games to go for them. So that can even get to 60. I can get to 58. And this is only year 2. This is really not even year 2. This is year 1 of their actual build for their team. Because we all know Wemby got not hurt, but what was it? The blood clots or what? I forgot what it's called. But we all
But
know,
yeah,
yeah,
and Throsses.
we all know Wemby went out pretty early last year after they traded for Fox, and he didn't even finish the rest of the season. So, man, just hats off to the Spurs, man. They're a special team. They're young, they're fun, and they're exciting to watch. And they're 50 and 18 through 68 games, and they got to win over the Clippers, who obviously played without Kawhi Leonard in this game. But they did have a good output from Darius Garland, at least from a scoring perspective. But he did have 8 turnovers. A lot of that due to just bad passing, also with size and things like that. Jordan Miller and Benedict Mathurin gave them a better scoring output off the bench as well, where they combined for 38 points. But the Clippers, they still turned the season around, bro. 6 of 21 to now 34 and 34. They're in the play-in. They're going to try to make the playoffs. Yesterday was the second time that I cleaned the whole entire slate. So I'm going to look at my prediction today and see if I can clean it again, which I think I might clean it again. I'm not going to lie. Bam is not playing today for today's games. I'm going to go with the Hornets at home today. I'm then going to go with OKC winning on the road. I'm going to go with the Pistons winning on the road. I'm going to come back home to New York. They got Nemhard and a couple other guys questionable. I'm going to go with the Knicks defeating the Tank and Pacers. I'm going to have the Cavs defeating the Bucks today. I think Giannis may be out for that game. We got Devin Booker traveling to Minnesota on a back-to-back after being in Boston last night. I'm actually going to go with Minnesota again to win today over Phoenix. I got Denver beating the Sixers without Maxey, Paul George, and Embiid. And then the Spurs should beat the Kings on a back-to-back. Although the Kings are playing good basketball right now. So I should get them all right tonight as well. I'm not going to lie to you.
I know. Every time I tell you this, I end up being wrong. But Ant isn't playing right now, and they're
Oh, yeah,
niggas at an
Ant is out. Ant is
all-time
out. Ant
low
is out.
right
Ant is
now.
out. No, sorry. Ant is out with knee
Yeah,
injury. That was reported yesterday.
yeah. Them niggas at an all-time low right now. Until they pick their shit back up, I don't think they win tonight, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
That's on me. Great, because I remember that came out yesterday around like 4 or 5 p.m.
Every time I told you this, I was
Yeah,
wrong. So
yeah,
I, I
I'm
was gonna,
wrong,
I was
but
gonna say just you about to see a J Mac game or some shit. I swear to God.
Oh, so
yeah,
y'all was
yeah.
hospital T Wolves. Okay. Hospital T Wolves.
Yeah, don't be mad because Booker gave him 40 last night.
But
Hey, what
the
did he
JB
win?
had 42.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
He
well,
didn't speak
Yeah,
on
Booker
that
gave
you
though.
Tatum
split at the
40 last
line,
night.
bro.
JB, my guy. What you mean?
Okay,
Oh, now
yeah,
you a
okay.
JB fan? Okay,
Booker gave Tatum
Alright.
40 last night, Mish.
No, he did not. All right.
bro. Tatum was the center. They had him
Gang,
smoke
I'm
on five last
trolling,
night.
bro. Like, Tween, chill, gang.
Oh,
Like,
my fault.
let me troll Mish, bro.
You need a troll voice, bro. You sound serious.
All right. I got the Hornets without Bam today, y'all. Again, I got every game right last night from prediction standpoint. I did not bet on it, but just letting y'all know, I have the Hornets tonight. Bam is not playing. That'll be a tough game for us to win. I got OKC, Detroit, New York, Cleveland. I'm going to shift over to Phoenix. I forgot Ant was out. Denver and then San Antonio. Tomorrow's show, just give y'all an update. Power rankings. Talking about the first 4 games tonight, which we'll be watching tonight in the Discord. Looking at the first 4 games tomorrow, NBA slate, and then I'm burnt out, bro. I thought the AP thing was. I told them top of the show today I was going to do the AP thing tomorrow. The shit came out today. I didn't even know that. So, and then also the playoff series that we want to see discussion that Larry even on my ass for us to have. I'm gonna add that to tomorrow as well, because after tomorrow, there's not gonna really be much more NBA to discuss at the moment, because college basketball, the March Madness tournament will be kicking off on Thursday, and it's gonna be dominating the show for the next couple of weeks. But when I can squeeze in NBA and things like that, I definitely will. But as soon as the championship game is over, which will be April 6th, we're going to be getting into the NBA playoffs pretty much for the most part that next week or so anyway. So it's all going to work itself out. Reminder, please make sure you all join the Fact and Stats March Madness bracket. We got 27 people in here at the moment. I had a small goal of 50 people. If you are in here, make sure you all join that link. I'm going to drop it on YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. While I'm about to flash. Yo, they going crazy. They going crazy. Let me send these teams to myself real quick. Hold on. Anybody got anything to say? Or y'all cool at the moment?
Oh yeah, you
um,
know what? Oh,
Sound
okay,
like
go
you
ahead. Thank
to
see
give
my
benediction, bro.
I ain't know what you was about to do. What you NBA? What you switching sports? What you doing?
NBA over.
Oh,
Tell her.
yeah. We was in here talking, me and Jordan, and I think it was Ari. Um, he my dog, bro. You feel me? One of my guys in the draft. But I don't know. I don't know if he should have got first team, bro. I think I would have still threw Caleb Wilson right there with Yaxu. Um, we actually had 4 out of the 5 right, so that's pretty good. We had Caleb over Yax, and we threw Yax the second team, but they switched it and put Yax there. I'm guessing because of team success, which is all politics is involved. So we knew team success was going to be involved because that's normally how they do this. But I don't know if I could say Yaxu had a better season than Caleb Wilson. So that's really the only not that I had with this list. But we had I didn't know if they was gonna do it, but I would have did it. They threw JT in there just even though he got injured. But I do think nobody else in that spot this year has did enough to overtake that spot. So I'm glad that they, showed him some love with him going out with the ACL injury. So that's good to see. And, everything else is right, though. I agree with this team 100%. I just probably would have threw Caleb Wilson in for Yaks.
Yeah, they got
Well, I
the.
said 100, 90%. 90%.
I want to say this too. I think there's new people coming across the Twitch and the YouTube. Make sure y'all hit that follow button on the Twitch. Y'all also make sure y'all hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. This is Facts and Stats, the daily sports show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. You all can join the stage as well, the same way you heard like Heaven Sent OG, Tween, Byron, Tiz, even Mish at the moment, and different things like that. Speak up here, so you all can as well. Just gotta just try it one time and then come back another time and you'll be comfortable. And that's that's how it all started. Everybody that speak on this show right now outside of Low and BJ, I did not know in real life, or even Shaggy. I did not know prior to the starting the Daily Show. They all get, you know what? Who the hell are these people talking sports in spaces? Let me give it a chance, whether they listen first, or let me just see if I can fit in the conversation, whether they talk first, and this, and here we are today. I did, Amadou, if you got it. JT, make sure you join the link, gang. Yeah, first and foremost, I agree. Caleb Wilson would have been first team for me over Yaks. I thought she was referring to JT not being on first. I was about to say, what the hell? But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Caleb should have been first. JT just said, man, Braden being second team is crazy to me. Were you saying Braden should have been first, or were you saying Braden shouldn't be second? I think Braden still had the year where he could have been second team. I mean, if Braden wasn't second team, who you feel like should have been over him on second? Well, no. I would like Braden over Flemings. I would have considered Phylon over Braden, if anything. But Braden was so good as a floor general as well. Thomas had a big year, too. They got the 15 names right. That's one thing I can say.
Yep. Yeah. I think Kingston was in real consideration. Hell, I think Kingston was in consideration for the first team at one point, but he had a fall off, bro, that you just can't deny. Third team is probably like, damn, like that much of a fall off. I don't know, but when you look at second team, maybe Fears, but bro, Fears is down there averaging 16 and 10. So, also one of the top teams in the country. So like I'm not mad at that, right? Like I'm not mad at a nigga average 16 and 10 on one of the best teams in the country. Like it is what it is. Third team, like I said, I like this team though. This is a pretty good team. You got Christian, Phylon, Thomas, Kingston, and Ike. I like this team right here, to be honest.
The problem is, and he's saying that he felt like Braden should have been third, but Kingston or Phylon second. I can hear you with the Phylon. If Kingston did not, like in his college basketball, I want to make this very clear. I was super duper high on Kingston as well. But what I was talking about Kingston in December and January, it wasn't the same. While I was talking about him in March and Feb, because he had like a small wall a little bit. Like he didn't continue to pop like A-Cup did. Like niggas can say damn near A-Cup took his chain. Like niggas can say A-Cup created some separation to where like now everybody has A-Cup going number 5 over Flemings, or everybody has A-Cup going over Flemings. It wasn't like that at first. So I think if Flemings, and I'm not saying he trended downwards, because he didn't trend downwards. He just wasn't having the outputs that he was having when it comes to carrying Houston and scoring, or even exploding for 40 or 30 and things like that. Like he didn't maintain like a level of consistency that A-Cup did, I would say. So if anything, it would have been Phylon for me over Flemings, because I just think that Flemings just went downwards just a little bit, not by a lot, but the level of consistency from the shot making, the efficiency and things like that, it just didn't stay the same as much as it was for Phylon or as much as it was for A-Cup. And then for Braden, you know what you get out of him on every given night, or any given night. So I think I sort of kind of understand it, but I would have went Phylon personally over Braden on the second team, and then would have put Braden on the third team. Because like I said yesterday, Braden have been having a season this season that people expected him to have. I literally said that yesterday. So yeah, him making second team is a little shocker for me, but I guess I forced myself to understand it. Fleming's not being second though, like I fully understand why he's not. There's not a knock on him at all. Like even Christian Anderson had a good year, but he averaged like 18 and 9 this year. He's on the third team. Like Ted said, this is a good ass team. Like Thomas took a big jump. I told niggas to watch out for Thomas this year, and look what he did. He took a big jump. He led them in scoring this year. After playing with Walter and them last year, and now coming into his own this year, averaging like 18 or 19 on the season. Shout out to Thomas.
And damn near played this 7 to a lottery pick.
Yeah. So You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect it, bro. It's time, bro, and I can't wait. I just want to wake up on Thursdays here, bro. Niggas don't understand
Nah,
what
for
this.
real.
Niggas don't understand what this part of the year is for me and just for everybody that enjoys March Madness, sports, man, college basketball. This is the best time. And you even had AJ say on a podcast the other day, like he want to make a run, he want to make a push, he want to go to, you know what I'm saying? He want to go to the championship game,
Yeah.
as all these young guys do. He also spoke on like how him and Flag been going at it since seventh grade, and all these players that's popping right now, like they've been like going battling against each other in AAU, rightfully so, by the way, because that happens to everybody. Like they've been battling each other for years and things like that. So like he not surprised by none of this for real. Like even A Cup was like the best player, one of the best players on that USA team. Like 2 years. That's when I first found out about the dude. Like 2 years ago or something like that. I can't remember under what age it was, but A Cup won MVP. I remember it was discussion like if A Cup should have won or like AJ, if I'm remembering correctly. This was on Twitter like 2 years ago, but yeah, man, A Cup been one of them from a point guard perspective. So, man, it's fun. It's exciting. I'm giving y'all the rundown on what to expect tomorrow. You can expect the show to be a little more lengthy tomorrow because I'm going to include the power rankings where I want to see where the Lakers fall, the Spurs, OKC, the Heat, the Hawks, and different things like that. I want to recap the slate like we did today. I want to not predict, but talk about what playoff series you were anticipating or wanting to see the most happen. That's what Larry wants to happen. I forgot who even told me to even do that for the show. And then we're also going to talk about the first 4 games. That's tonight. Reminder, guys, we got 2 games today, and I cannot wait for the Texas and North Carolina State game. That's the one that I'm looking forward the most to seeing. But UMBC and Howard, like BJ said yesterday, this is DC versus Baltimore. UMBC made the dance like 8 years ago, and I think they upset somebody. I can't remember who it was. And then Howard got the opportunity to make it as well today. So 6:40 start time, and then 9:15 start time for the second game. And then the NBA slate, it is what it is. I'll be able to come into Discord. I got a game at like 8:30. I'll be able to come into Discord and share my screen for one of the games, if not the first game. So keep that in mind. Everybody that came through to the show today for the first 2.5 hours, just thank y'all so much. Be prepared for 3-4 hours, whatever the case may be tomorrow around NBA and college basketball. And put your bracket in. Put your bracket in. It's a free shirt online. Free Facting Stat shirt online, which is behind me if you're interested in one of the shirts. I got black and white right now. Feel free to DM me on the Facting Stats Twitter page, and I'll definitely get that to you. Peace, blessings, and love, y'all. I'll see y'all literally. Shit's gonna feel like a couple hours when that UMBC and Howard game kick off, and also for the NBA action tonight. Let me check. Yeah, for the NBA action tonight. So thank y'all for coming through to the show today. Make sure y'all follow on Twitch. Make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube, and make sure y'all join the Discord as well. And I'll talk to y'all in a few.